Oh, hello again. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back. I'm back, chat. Did you miss me? It's doubtful. It's doubtful. It is I, old zombie, back from my vacation. Back from Japan. Back from Japan. And oh, my sleep schedule is so messed up. It is currently 8:18 p.m. and I just woke up from a 4-hour nap. It was supposed to be 1 hour. I'm trying to get back on my sleep schedule. Thankfully, I pushed work off for another day, so I don't have to work tomorrow. Um, so I have to go back into work until Tuesday. So I gave myself an extra day to try and fix the jet lag. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. I took a nap because yesterday I fell asleep at 8 p.m. You need a week to fix jet lag? Hey, Jenny. Yeah. I don't. Unfortunately, I don't have any more paid time off. So I can't do that. I can adjust my work schedule slightly because I work 4 10.5-hour days. I usually work Monday through Thursday. Um, but I text my boss yesterday. I said, hey, I'm gonna not come in Monday. I'm gonna come in Tuesday. I'm gonna come in Tuesday and work Tuesday through Friday. Give myself an extra day. And he's like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'll see you Tuesday. Great. I got the post-travel cough, so that's super fun. But anyway, we're gonna do a hand cam stream today. We're gonna do a hand cam stream. Did I bring home a waifu? No. Well, I mean, figure-wise, yes. Real life-wise, no. I did go to a maid bar. I went to a maid bar on the Thursday before I left because a couple of my buddies that live there, they got permission from their wives and they're like, we're taking Zombie out drinking. He doesn't drink, but we're taking him out drinking. And I got wrecked. Which for me is like 4 beers in 5 hours. We went to a maid bar, which was awesome, and I totally get maid cafes and maid bars now because those sweet, kind maids just made me feel appreciated. They made me feel so cool, so kakui. It made me feel so cool. They were just so sweet. They listened and they were attentive and they were so nice and they acted like I was interesting, and I get it. It makes sense now. It makes sense why people go to them. Let's move over to this other screen. Okay. Hand camera on. Camera on. Everything well lit. Let's hit play over here. Let's turn some music on. Adjust this volume down so it's just background. This is gonna take a little bit. I have everything sitting next to my desk. I need. Listen to some Ano. Ano-chan. Okay. I'm gonna have to get up so much during this stream. Headphones on and off constantly. This will be fun. Okay. Let's move a whole bunch of stuff closer to my desk. Chat, what do you want? What do you want first? We have games. We have figures. We have miscellaneous. We have weird shit. What do you think? I'm watching but no audio. I'm going to eat ice cream. Well, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna help when I figures. Okay, okay, those are closest to me. Okay, 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 okay. I put one's arm back on. I put one's arm back on. It apparently popped off. Let me get them all on my desk. Some of them are literally going to live on my desk, so this is convenient. We'll do figures and miscellaneous. All right, all right, all right. Okay. I've almost got it, chat. I've almost got it. Be patient. Good boy. Real, real tired. I will survive. I will survive. All right. All right. All right. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back at my desk. Okay. Jenny has requested figures. We have this nifty chonky Mecha Godzilla. I wish there was an interesting story behind this. There is 100% not an interesting story behind this guy. I got this when I was in was in Nakano Broadway, and most Godzilla things there are super like price inflated because he's so popular, right? Because Godzilla is so popular, the stuff is frequently just the price is just jacked up. It's pretty normal. Um, but I found this, and I think this cost me like $8 US, and he's just a chunky boy. He's just chunky boy, and Mecha Godzilla is just he combines two of the coolest things: mech and monsters. So I had to get him right. I had to. So okay, okay, okay. Next one we have we have a lovely character from Yuru Camp, or laid back camp in the States. Um, I actually have multiple figures of her because she's just awesome. She's the character that just solo dolo most of the time. I actually got her in she was in a crane game, a UFO catcher machine, in one of the easy mode ones. So I'm pretty sure, like, I think she cost me like 100 yen. But she's a pen holder. She literally a pen holder. That's what she was sold for, was a pen holder, and I'm like, you know what I need for my desk? Waifu pen holder. Because I'm, you know, I mean, it just makes sense, right? You don't doesn't everyone need an anime girl holding a pen or a pencil on their desk for them? It makes perfect sense, right? Oh, and obviously it's set up for different size pens and pencils. So had to do that. Had to do that. Super cute. Super cute. Super awesome, and I do love laid back camp, Euro camp. It is one of those cute anime girls doing cute anime things shows that I just absolutely love. And I mean, it's a good quality figure. Like there's, I mean, for a dollar, less than a dollar, 100%, 100%. That's one of the ones that's gonna live on the desk. Um, okay, this next one costs way too much. This one cost way too much. I have to be careful with the angles on this one, so Twitch does not yell at me. This is from the anime To Love Ru, and she's just super cool. She's just super cool. And this one was in a UFO catcher crane game as well, and unfortunately cost me way more than it should have. Way, way more than I should have spent to get it, when I could have just gone to a secondhand store and probably spent less getting it that way. But then, then I didn't get to play the crane game. So, and the crane games are fun. It's a fun thing to do because it's literally, they're just fun to do. I do them every time I go. Literally every time I go, I have to go and do the crane games because I have fun with them. Next one is from a really fun anime that came out, I want to say a year ago. It's about a VTuber that accidentally leaves her stream running but is unaware of it, and then proceeds to get like absolutely hammered while watching her friends' streams and just generally being like crazy lewd, and then becoming super famous for it. So I got her model that she gets after she kind of gets like drunk on stream and gets super popular, and it's basically like her how she loves Strong Zero, the drink. And so I ended up, yeah, this one I probably spent like $5 extra when I could have just bought it. But once again, claw machine, they're super fun. She's got her little Crocs on, her little Crocs, and her I love Strong Zero shirt. Yeah, it's a fun figure. It was fun, and once again, claw machine win. So it was an activity to do. It was an activity to do. It was a fun time. It was a fun time. It was fun time. Fun time. All right. All right. Well, I only have. I only have two more like actual figures here, but then I have like figure adjacent things. All right. Next one is VTuber. VTuber. Ol' Mori Calliope. I had to get it because I love Mori Calliope. Mori Senpai, notice me Senpai. She is also uh she's who my computer tower is. I have the Mori Calliope height case from Hololive. So you're not gonna see her on Twitch unless she's doing a collab with like Iron Mouse. But you will see her on YouTube absolutely crushing it. Not lately. I think she's sick because they had Hollow Fest while I was there, which I unfortunately did not get to go to because I didn't find out about it until after the fact because I'm a shitty fan. But it's fine. It's fine. I ended up getting this is the Relax Time. Mori Calliope Relax Time is a series of figures where it's basically the anime character or the VTuber model just in, a relaxed position in relaxed clothing. So this one's gonna live on my desk along with I'm actually redoing my desk right over here behind the camera. I usually have a bunch of figures or acrylic standees set up. They're not there right now because my keyboard's sitting there, but I moved all of the ones that I've got the last trip, and they will be replaced by some that I got on this trip. And so I'm moving things around. Yeah, I had to get a Mori Calliope. She was not in a claw machine. There's no fun store behind her. She was literally at a resale store. But I think this is like $8. So went ahead and picked her up so she can live on my desk. All right. Okay. Last actual figure. Um what is under here? Something underneath my don't know what that is. Okay. So every year that I go, every time I go to Japan, I have to expand a collection that I have. Uh, and it's not just figures, right? It's not just figures, although that one does expand. Um, what it is I have to expand my Miku collection. I'm gonna have to do this sideways because my camera will not go up any higher because the tripod that I have is I need to get it. I need to buy an actual. I have a tripod, but I'm borrowing it from a friend. I need to buy a taller tripod. But I have to expand my Miku collection. And this one was just super duper cool. This is a claw machine win. I got this out of a claw machine. I'm pretty sure I spent less on this one than it would have cost me had I just bought it at a resale store. But this one's really cool. It's one of the newer Miku figures because the claw machine always has updated ones. So I had to get a new Miku figure to add to my growing Miku shrine. I do love me some Miku. Even have her nails did. Well, her nails did up all nice and purty. Okay. Alright. So those are basically all of my like actual figures, anime figures. Everything else is kind of adjacent to that. Some of them are for future streams that I'm going to try, and some of them are just things that I needed. Yes, it was a need. Okay. Claw machine. I don't even know how much. This isn't even going to fit on camera properly. Claw machine. When I'm going to literally have to do this in segments because the thing is so freaking big. This is actually a HoloLive Japan plushie. No, I don't watch a lot of HoloLive Japan because my Japanese is shit. I need to practice. But this was a claw machine win. It's Botan. I just like it. I just like her face. It's just what? Huh? But she's a very funny. I've seen many clips of her, and she's a very funny VTuber. But I'm pretty sure she costs like $3 or $4. So it's just super worth. So we're transitioning into plushies now. We're moving over to plushies. That's adjacent to figures, right? Right. Okay. We gotta launch this one over onto my bed. Okay. Speaking of VTubers, hey, let me put all these up here on my desk. Get all these up here on my desk. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. Uh these next ones are cool. I've almost ordered all three of these next ones. Thankfully I didn't because I got them a little cheaper when I was in Japan. Once again, Mori Calliope. from Hololive. Super duper cute. Super freaking adorable and cute. And just all around, just a really nice, just a really nice plush. I already have a shelf set up for these next 3 plush. Because I've upped my plush game significantly off of this trip, which I said I was going to do before I went, because I'm like, I don't have enough plushes. I kind of want to get some plushes. I usually just get a ridiculous amount of anime figures, but my display cases are full, so I have to buy a new display case. It's actually on my Amazon wish list because IKEA updated their display cases, and I I want one that matches the 2 that I already have. So, but yeah, Mori Calliope. Okay, gotta launch her, get her up out the way. Moving on, Kenya. Kenya, one of my VShojo queens. One of my VShojo queens, VTubers, and along with her, Iron Mouse. Now, I did not expect to find these when I was in Japan. 100% did not expect to find them, because VShojo is not extremely popular in Japan. Um, Even though Henya is Japanese, she lives in Japan. She does her streams in English and in Japanese, so it's a little bit different. She does have Japanese viewers, but Twitch is not crazy popular in Japan. Twitch is definitely more for the English speaking audience. Definitely most popular in the US and in Europe. Most of the time when Japan watches VTubers, because VTubers are very big there, but most of the time when Japan watches VTubers, what's up, kitten? How you doing? Most of the time when Japan watches VTubers, they watch YouTube. That's where Hololive lives. That's where Niji Sanji lives. They all live on YouTube. So finding VShojo plush was super cool. So I had to get Henya, I had to get Iron Mouse because I adore them. They're both absolutely wonderful VShojo VTubers. Um, and they're super duper great. So I was very excited when I found them there. I thought for a time I had purchased the last Henya, but I went back to the store later on and they actually did restock Henya. And there were a few mouses left. I looked for the Iron Mouse Nendoroid and unfortunately did not find her. But that's okay. That's okay. Nendoroids are expensive anyway. And I already bought an Nendoroid. I already bought an Nendoroid on the trip. But yeah, more plushies, more plushies. I just noticed this, but the Iron Mouse actually has like a little chain back here on the back of her skirt, which is kind of cool, especially for a plush. Chuck those up out the way. Oh, move the next part of the pile. Next part of the pile up onto my desk here. The attention to detail is very nice, but they were made by the Good Smile Company. The Good Smile Company is the company that makes Nendoroid. Um, I think they make a lot of really high end figures. It's what they're known for. My bank account is hurting a lot. We're not going to talk about it. We're not gonna talk about it. It's less my bank account, more my credit card. My mother texted me. My mother texted me a little bit before stream and even said, Did you already get the next trip on the books? I said, no, not yet. I have to pay off stuff from this one first. Yeah, it hurt. It hurt. And you'll see why as we continue going through the Japan haul, because I'm not even a third of the way through everything. I started on figures. I haven't even gotten to games. Games is where I spent the most. Because I kind of just went ape shit on I actually bought another Switch while I was there. Um, because my Nintendo Switch that I have is old. I'm pretty sure it's like 7 years old. It's not a day one model, but it is pretty old. And I did get a lot of Switch games while I was there because they're cheaper there. I got some games that you can't get in the Western world, and I wanted to be able to continually play them. So I'm like, oh man, I don't want to get another Switch. Ad break in 3 minutes, chat. I already snoozed one. Um, so I was gonna wait for a Switch 2, but at the same time, like I wanted the rumors of that aren't until June release, and I want to be able to play these games that I got. So I ended up finding a OLED Switch, the Splatoon version. The only thing it was missing were the Joy Cons, and I don't really care about that. And it was like I think $150 for an OLED Switch, and I just had to buy Joy Cons for it. So even after buying Joy Cons, it was still cheaper than buying a new one. So I got a used one, and it's really nice. It's really nice. So let's put out our collection of Gachapon. Our collection of Gachapon and keychains that I got. Get all these in one go. I should have enough room. Yeah, I got enough room. I got enough room. Okay, flip that one over. You have returned from your ice cream eating. Welcome back, Jenny. Welcome back. Ad break in a minute and a half. I'll try during the ad break. I'll try and move more crap onto my desk so I can easily reach it. But this is everything I got in gacha machines. Well, except these two. These two I actually purchased separately because this is a Mori Calliope and a Mokoko Abyssguard. They're both Hololive VTubers, and they're two of my favorite Hololive VTubers. I bought these separate. But Gundam birthday keychains, literally for my birthday. We got our Undertale. I found an Undertale gacha machine, which is super duper cool. This was from a random Hololive. I actually don't even know who that Hololive member is, but that's what you get when you play gacha. Cute little zombie cow. Um, the keychains are cute, but can you see have very slutty hands? Yeah, but nobody's enjoying these slutty hands. And then an Ami Ami button that I got for taking a survey. Ami Ami is a toy store, and they had a little thing where if you filled out a survey, you would get a random button, and I got the little holographic one. It was super cool. Very, very, very cool. Yeah, these slutty hands just waiting to be used. I'm enjoying the hands. Da, 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 da. I have so many random little buttons, but I don't know where to keep them. I have a backpack. I have a backpack that has a bunch of buttons on it. Ad break is incoming. Once it tells me it's coming, I'm gonna grab more stuff so people aren't missing anything behind the ad break. So, but yeah, this is all the stuff I got in gacha machines. Well, and the ones that I just straight up purchased because I wanted them. They're really cool though. They come basically with a little triangular key ring, little flip. But I have a backpack that I take with me that these go on. I have buttons in it and a bunch of keychains on it. Basically like a fandom backpack. They're really big in Japan, especially like buttons. Like I saw a lot of girls that had like duffels that had clear like cutout squares in the duffels, and they just had lined up buttons. Um, all of the same character and usually all of the same button. There's the ad break. There's the ad break. All right, well that's running. Eda bags. Yep. Okay. Okay. So while that's running, I'm going to go ahead and pull all of these and move them. Eda bags can come in all sorts of bags. This is true. This is true. Like I said, I have a backpack that has it. I have a backpack that has it. All right. Let me move these. Let me move these. Yeah, my backpack brand is actually Steamed Bun, which you can find on Amazon. I really like my backpack. You have an Eda sweater? Okay. Okay then. Okay. All right. The back is clear. Oh, that's cool. That's super cool. Oh, okay. It looks like the ad break is over. And eat a zombie sweater. Nice. Nice. I actually wore I have a production sample of my t-shirt merch. I actually wore that when I was in Japan. Hello, Penrose Drain. How are you? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going over my Japan haul. Slowly but surely as I'm jet lagged all to hell. As I'm randomly moving things on and off my desk. The next two are some acrylic standees. I saw your older Japan recommendation video on YouTube. It was excellent. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Welcome. Welcome over to Twitch. I love Japan. I love it so much. I'm not happy. I'm not happy to be back. I'm not happy to be back home. I wish I was still in Japan hanging out with my friends. Going to random maid bars and izakayas because I don't even drink. I don't drink, and they took me out to a maid bar, and I did some drinking. Um, I miss it already. It's only been 2 days. Apologize. I did not go to Fes. I wanted to go to Fes, but so I generally live on Twitch. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Hololive, but because they generally tend to stream in Japan time and I work really early mornings, I don't get to watch as many of their videos. And you don't have to apologize. Um, so I didn't even know Fes was coming up. I did not when I actually got these two standees. I got them in Tokyo Station, which is why they're wearing the actual the train conductor outfits because these are Tokyo Station Hololive standees. When I got them, because I was looking for the Fuwamoko plushes, but they've been sold out for months because they were their birthday plushes, and I looked all over Akihabara for them. And there's an official Hololive store in the Tokyo Station Underground on Character Street. So I went to the Hololive store and I asked them there. I'm like, Fuwamoko plushie, and they're like, no, no. I'm like, oh, sad bow bow noises. And there were a lot of Western tourists there. A lot of people speaking English. I'm going to assume that a lot of these people were American. Um, and they said, "Hey, are you going to Hollow Fest?" And I went, "Huh? What? Huh? Huh? And they're like, "Yeah. It's on this upcoming Saturday because this was the first week I was there." And I said, "Can I go?" And they're like, "Oh, tickets have been sold out for months." They're like there are only a limited amount of tickets you can get if you live overseas, and then they save a lot for Japan, and a lot of those go to a lottery system. So unfortunately, no, you can't go. And yeah, I was very bummed out. I actually talked to a couple of my Japanese or a couple of my friends who live in Japan. I'm like, hey, can you get tickets? And they're like, no, even the resells are on a lottery and those are all sold out. So unfortunately, I did not get to go to Hollow Fest because it was out in the Chiba prefecture, which was hilarious because I had been in Chiba just a couple days prior, out video game hunting. So, unfortunately, no, I did not go. But I did pick up these super cute Fuwamoko acrylic standees from Tokyo Station. Um, and I love them so much. These girls are very very special to me. Not in a weird parasocial way or anything like that. Um, I suffer from some crippling depression, and they've had a lot of really positive message videos for dealing with things, and I always seem to find them or get recommended those clips or videos when I really need them. Um, so they're very special to me for that. They've been very very positive when I've needed it. So I had to get something. These are gonna live on my desk as well. Um, so whenever I need whenever I need that little bit of positive, which I'm gonna need this week going back to work after my trip because the post Japan depression super real. Um, so yeah, I got them. They're super cute. I adore them. All right, let's move these. Set these down here. Make some old man noises, and move on. Here we go. Okay, so I'm old as I've talked about, and growing up, I don't remember what they're called off the top of my head, but they were little. Basically, the U.S. used to have gacha machines as well. They were in grocery stores, and there were little wrestler guys that I had a whole bunch of growing up. And oh, the reflection on these is going to be intense. Well, it's a pretty big franchise in Japan still. They look like little luchadors, basically. It's not Kikuman, but it's something similar to that. But I never get them when I'm in Japan. I just don't, because I don't know what I'm going to do with them. So it could be said for most of the stuff that I get when I'm there. But this time around, I was browsing gacha machines largely because there were supposed to be V Shoujo gachas, and I did not find them in all of the gacha parks I went to. But I did find these little guys. And the reason why I got them, totally cutting out. They're die cast. These are actually I was banging them together to see if I could get the sound to come across, but my noise gate's on, so probably not gonna work. But these are actually die cast. These are full metal. These are heavy, and they're just really really cool. And for like $3.70, really not a bad deal. They're super super cool. They stand up. They're heavy. Someone breaks in, I can beat them with them. All right, all right, all right. So I mentioned Nendoroids earlier. I did not take her out of her box yet because I just didn't. I love I love me some some crazy goth chuny psychopath yanderes. Yorine Hanazono is a character that I absolutely love. She's from Dropkick on My Devil, which is a manga. and an anime that I really, really enjoy where she basically summons a demon and basically makes the demon her bitch. The demon's actually right here. She frequently chops her tail off with with her trusty machete. And I found Urine and I got really excited because this is actually an Nendoroid that I have looked at importing, but I actually found it when I was there wandering around Nakano Broadway, and I actually got it for a good price because Nendoroids are not cheap. Um, they're very, very customizable. The reason why I've not taken her out of her box is it's impossible to see with how my camera's set up, but there's a ton of little different parts. So she's gonna have a bunch of different faces. Um, like she will have this smiley face. She will have this glare face. Right now, she's just got like a pretty basic neutral face. Um, So yeah, I was really, really excited about finding this Nendoroid. She will probably live on my desk as well. So after stream, whenever that may be, I'll probably sit here at my desk and get her all assembled. Um, because with most figures, I don't save boxes. I used to be that guy that did that, but it started taking up way too much room in my little apartment. So I started getting rid of any boxes that weren't necessary. I have to keep the Nendoroid boxes largely because of all the extra parts that it comes with. Like this whole bottom section down here is just filled with extra stuff. And up to this point, I only have one other Nendoroid. I have a Hatsune Miku Nendoroid. She's actually in the other room in my display case with all my other Hatsune Miku stuff. So I was very, very excited to find this one. But yeah, new Nendoroid. New Nendoroid to play with. Set this over here. Moving on. I like the Frame Arts girls. I've not done anything with Frame Arts girls on stream because Frame Arts girls are basically cute anime waifus in mech suits. I've built a couple of them. They're basically like Gunpla models. This is not a regular Frame Arts girl, by the way. This is a Nendoroid-esque Frame Arts girl. Um, let me see if I can angle it. Yeah. So similar to this is more or less like a chibi version. These are generally expensive, but I actually found this on a pretty cheap sale in one of the stores I went to because it's missing like one piece. It's missing like I think it said it was missing the chin strap for her armor. So literally this little white piece is missing. And I don't care because I think this cost me $12. So it's like as somebody who, like I said, does like the Frame Arts girls, I'm pretty sure I watched the Frame Arts girls anime because there is an anime for it. I do build the models themselves. I'm a big fan of the models. They're very, very fun to build. Um, I think I have one Frame Arts Girl model left. It is sitting in my other room, but I don't know if I'll be able to build it on stream because the Frame Arts Girl models generally take me between 8 and 13 hours to build. They are there's a lot going on. There's a lot. They're not like real grade Gunpla models, but they're kind of in between a real grade and high grade Gundam models. High grade being like easy. I can build a high grade model in between 1 and 3 hours. Real grade take me 8 to 13 hours. Master grade 8 to 13 hours. So yeah, when I saw her, I'm like, oh, she's kawaii. Like I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up. It was like I said, inexpensive and super cute, and I'm gonna end up putting this together later as well. Okay, okay. So as I've mentioned, I'm older. I'm older. And as you get older, you get rid of things that you owned throughout the years. And some of those things you regret. You get rid of it whether due to a relationship, due to downsizing, due to money issues, due to space limitations. And it just happens, right? It happens. But every once in a while you come back into certain parts of your life and you regret it for whatever reason. So I get into this super thoughtful moment for before I bring in a transformer, the Optimus Prime transformer. The tape's just cool. So growing up, my brother and I big into Transformers. My younger brother and I. And I had the Optimus Prime Beast Wars Transformer. But throughout the years, I have been in a bunch of toxic relationships. The main one where I got rid of a lot of my childhood toys. Now, some of these, not a huge deal, right? Not a huge deal. Um, this one kind of a big deal to me. It kind of became a big deal to me when my dad passed away a few years ago. Um, because I was going around and I found out how much this actually costs. Because my brother got the Megatron, I got the Optimus Prime. Even though I'm a bigger fan of Megatron, always been a more Decepticon coded VTuber. um, but I got rid of it and I regretted it. And in the States, it is fairly expensive to get back. So I just kind of had it on the back burner of things that I was going to get at some point. Well, I was in Akihabara and I went to a Gundam store because I was debating getting a metal build Gundam. I was walking around looking at metal build Gundams at this store, and I was doing some googling because I'm like, man, I want to build a Gunpla model. I want to build a Gunpla model that is all metal. That'd be super super cool. Well, lo and behold, apparently the metal build Gunpla models are not models. They are metal build action figures. So basically, the skeletons for them are die cast, and you just clip armor onto the outsides of them. So they're not really a full fledged model. And these things are like between $200 and $1,000. I was not going to get $1,000 one because your boy don't make that much money. But I was looking at trying to find one of the cheaper ones, finding one that was like used or on sale, yada yada yada. But then I found out that they're not full models, and it kind of took some of the fun out of it for me. Like, cause I like the building. Like, that's the autism. That's the type of autism that I'm. Let me build something. Let me follow instructions clearly. Let me meticulously put something together over an extended period of time and have fun doing it. I like doing that. Um, so after that revelation, I'm just like, I'm gonna keep looking around the store and see what else they have. And lo and behold, Optimus Prime from Beast Wars. He's missing one missile, and he's missing his mace. Not a deal breaker for me. So I looked at the price. It was like 20 bucks. And I went, okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and rebuy some of my childhood. So that's long story, long, probably boring story, but for me, this was something that was very special to me that I found while I was there. Um, like I said, rebuying part of my childhood, super super cool. I was very very happy about that. The VHS tape is just the first two episodes of the TV show, and I think this was like $7 at a book off, and I'm like, oh, this I actually bought really early on, This is like day like 2 that I was there. I found this at Book Off, and I'm like, I mean, I collect VHS tapes, not as actively as I used to, but screw it. Let's go. Let's go. And then to find the Optimus Prime Transformer later on that trip was just super, super awesome. It was very serendipitous, very serendipitous. So, okay, cool, 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 cool. We're almost done with figures. Then we'll get to like games and miscellaneous. Uh, okay. Okay, old man noise. The creaking is either from my back or the chair. I don't know which. Okay. All right, we'll do these next. We'll do these next. We'll do these next. Okay. So, chat regulars, the few regulars that I have will know that I have brought up on before I went, we were talking about my upcoming trip and how every time I'm there I see these. Oh, part of that just broke. Oh well. I see these dolls whenever I'm there. And I am not a doll person. It's just oh yeah, that little piece broke. Oh well. I'll live. Here we go. I'm not a doll person. It's something. It's not a thing that I collect, right? It is a thing that I've seen. Dolls they're pretty popular in Japan, right? They're pretty popular. And every time I've been to Japan, I see these dolls in one store, and I'm like, they look interesting. But I've one of my ex-wife would always make fun of me. Why are you looking at dolls? Why are you looking at dolls? You should be looking at dolls. And so I always felt bad about it. This time around, I said, screw it. I want to go look at them. They're also like rather expensive. This one's big, so I don't know how I'm gonna do this. We're gonna have to take this in sections. So it's a ball joint doll, which one of my mods, who they're not here right now, they're helping out another friend on stream, is big into ball joint dolls. They're highly posable. I found out. I've been learning about these. They're usually called like fashion dolls. What's up, Sunshine? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? And so I ended up buying this. This is the first doll I've ever purchased. But I just thought she was just so cool. Oh, Lemon, you are just in time. I was just mentioning you. Lemon was actually the one who was educating me on ball joint dolls. Been better, but life moves on. You not wrong. You not wrong. Same here. I got post-Japan depression pretty hardcore. Mix in some jet lag. I know you love ball joint dolls. So I got this one because a lot of the ball joint dolls have like super creepy eyes and they scare me. And I don't need something like that sitting on a shelf scaring the shit out of me. So I found this one which had like a cat head with magnetic ears, and unfortunately the safety pin has broken. A small piece of it has fallen off, but that's okay. The magnetic ears has got a little magnet electrical cord tail with a little bow on it and a super cute dress. I think these are the best for the price I've ever had, like the weight and size for that price. And yeah, they're like 65, 70 bucks. But yeah, it's pretty hefty. It's bigger than my hand, and I have pretty big hands. I'm 6'2". But yeah, this was the first ball joint doll I've ever purchased as a yeah. I think it's super cute. The price was good. So and lemon is a very encouraging mod. And after Oh, thank you for the stretch, Lemon. Oh, and enjoy your daily cry. Enjoy your daily cry. I'm gonna beverage up while I'm here. Yeah, I spent a lot of my money. I'm going to continue spending a lot of my money to pay off that credit card bill that we're not going to talk about. That we're just not going to talk about. Lemon, the only thing you've missed are I went over the figures. Yeah. Although Lemon, I think everything that I've shown on stream, you got sent on Discord, so you're good. You're good. So, speaking of dolls, after Lemon's encouragement, with the ball joint doll, I went searching. Through Ami. Ad break in 3 minutes, chat. During the well, we'll snooze this. I'll snooze this one. Ad break in 8 minutes. I went searching around in Radio Kaikan, which is a big store in Akihabara. It's basically like a spend your money. Yeah, I know. It's a big store in Akihabara that has a bunch of different stores in it. And I found this lovely lady. So a little bit smaller. Another ball joint doll. Not as posable, but super duper cute. And I initially bought this one because it came with a different outfit. I did not know she came with this outfit. The skirt was super obnoxious to get on. Imagine a 39-year-old male who likes ladies sitting in his hotel room going, "Oh, you just cute as shit," while dressing a little doll. But I mean, low-key, one of the accessories is a little Game Boy. One of the accessories is just a little bit bigger than a fingernail. Like, come on. Like, come on now. She just like you for real? She cuter than me for real. She also came with like an abundance of hands. Just a hand collection. I did not find a single Japanese woman to love me, Lemon. It's your first stream back? Yeah. I've also got the post-Japanese depression. But yeah, so now I have this. And she's super cute. And I kinda wish I had bought more of them while I was there because there were a bunch of different outfits for this one. A bunch of different dolls, I should say. I gotta turn it sideways. Yeah. My camera is not gonna focus. Yeah. For all of these ones, I got this one. But she also has an outfit similar to this one that I guess the store just included. I think they were meant to be sold separately, but the store didn't do that. And these are supposed to be blind box because Japan loves their blind boxes. So there are actually 7 of them. I'm pretty sure they had this one, maybe this one. They didn't have this one. This one would have been super cute, and they definitely didn't have the little demon one, unfortunately. Says the probability of drawing each basic model is 1 in 6. There is a total of 1 hidden model in the series, and the extraction probability is 1 out of 96. That is, 1 out of every 96 products produced is a hidden model. And these are like $65 each, so your boy was not about to buy 100. Plus, the store had them all labeled what they were, which seemed counterintuitive to the blind box model. But the box is super cute. I had to keep the box just because it was the pixel art on it is just super cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, and I got an extra outfit for her. Still looking for a girlfriend, by the way, but been buying dolls. Alright. I know, Kawaii. I know. I know. I know. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Alright. 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 These next ones are not going to fit on the camera properly, so I'll do my best. Ad break in 3 minutes, chat. Forewarning, ad break in 3 minutes. I already snoozed a whole bunch, so we're gonna let it run. During that time, I'll try and make it through these. During that time, I'll move more stuff closer to my desk. I build Gunpla. Gundam plastic models. I always get them when I go there. They're cheaper to get when I go there. I can find ones there. I can find ones there that I can't find here, and the prices are generally better. This is an RG, which means real grade. That basically is how detailed the model is and how difficult it is to build. The real grades take me between 8 and 13 hours from start to finish. Does not include panel lining or anything like that, but it does include building and doing all of the stickers. Decals, sorry, decals. This is Gundam Epion, which is from my favorite Gundam series, Gundam Wing, which I grew up on. And Epion was always one of my favorites, so this is one of the real grades that they actually had in stock at the Gundam base in Odaiba, which I always try and visit because that is where the life-size Gundam is. So this one will probably not be on stream, me building it, possibly. But one I did get to put together on stream is the limited one. They had this in when I went there, is the XXXG01D Gundam Death Scythe, which is also from Gundam Wing. And this is the clear color variant. So when it says clear color, basically it means all of the pieces, while still being color, are completely transparent. So when you build it, when it is finished being built, it will, it'll still have all of the same colors of the mech that were in the show, but they will all be transparent. So this one is an HG, which is high grade. This is the second easiest to build, the easiest to build being the intro or like beginner grade, which I've never built because I started with the high grade. A high grade takes me between 1 and 3 hours to build, depending on if I'm focusing on it and what else I got going on. This, I will probably try and do a hand cam stream to actually build, which is one of the reasons why I got this, because I generally don't buy high grade models. And I got a little sander to clean off all the little nubs once you clip the pieces out of the runners. So this is pretty cool. It's the official Gundam base one. Oh, thanks, Bex. Thank you so much. There's an ad break about to start, and while that's starting, I'm gonna get more stuff up on my desk. But thank you for welcoming me back. I wish I was still in Japan. The depression be hitting along with the jet lag. But I did push work off for a day, so I got an extra day to try and sleep. And I got a meal prep and sleep tomorrow, so we'll see how it goes. we will see how it goes. Oh, I'm gonna stretch here real quick. Oh. And I'm gonna grab some more stuff. Glad you got an extra day. Yeah, I texted my boss yesterday and asked for an extra day, and he's like, "Yeah, that's fine. Just work Tuesday through Friday instead of Monday through Thursday." All right, there's the ad break. There's the ad break. I'm gonna move this off my desk and pull over some more stuff. Kind of reorganize. Because I'm crowding myself in my own. Okay. Okay. Push everything. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So for the people still in chat, you want retro games or new games? Oh man, I really should not be breathing heavily from pushing things around my room. What are your thoughts, chap? You want retro games or you want newer games? What would you like to see first? I'll let you guys choose. I got both. What game am I most excited about? Retro. Retro, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I want. This is for you guys. Okay. Okay. Retro. Bex wants to see retro first. All right. All right. Yeah, this is where the bulk of my money this time around was spent on games. So the other thing that I got an OLED Switch, a used OLED Switch. That's not going to be on stream because that's on the charger right now in the other room, and everybody has seen an OLED Switch. Okay, okay, 1 second, 1 second. We'll move stuff up onto here. I have to do this. I have to do this in segments. Okay. Okay, we'll start with these ones. We'll start with these ones. Let me get my headphones back on. Okay. So I'm a game collector, but for many years, oh, when I was talking earlier about selling off collections, I have sold a good chunk of my game collection, sadly. So this time around, I went back with the purpose of kind of rebuilding some of it, even with some games that I didn't have, but for systems that I do. So I recently re-got a Sega Saturn. I had one when I was younger. I was a young adult when I got one, and it was one of the systems that my man made off like a king. Tell that to my credit card. Um, but a Sega Saturn. Now, here's the thing with the Sega Saturn. There was one game that I really did want to get when I went there. I found the game. I did not purchase the game because of how much they wanted for it. Um, I will. Where's in what are the security code numbers? it's it's in my phone case where it stays, and it has been moved to the bottom of my phone case so I don't touch it and put more on it because I got the bill today and went um so when I went to Japan, we're gonna start with Sega Saturn games. I imported my Sega Saturn, yeah, to the Shadow Realm, yeah. I imported my Sega Saturn a few months back. It is a Japanese Sega Saturn. And when I imported it in, they sent 2 racing games with it, which is cool because they also sent a racing wheel for it, which is why I paid so much damn money to import the stupid thing because it weighed so much. But I didn't really, and don't get me wrong, I have a Saru card for my Sega Saturn, which basically it fits into the Saturn and allows me to play emulated games, which is cool and all. But I also kind of wanted some actual disc games to put in it. And so before I went to Japan, I'm like, I want to get Dodonpachi. I love Dodonpachi. It's a shmup. It's one of my favorites. Even though the Saturn version of the game is not as good as the arcade version or the PlayStation version, well, the Saturn version. Unfortunately, everywhere wanted like 120 US for it, and I was not about to do that. I literally bought a Switch for like $30 more than that. But anyway, that being said, I did find some really cool Saturn games that I'm really excited about, including Saturn Bomberman, which is actually said to be one of the best Bomberman games. Now, I won't be able to play this the way that a lot of people get excited for it because I believe it's up to like 10-player multiplayer. You have to you have to have like uh controller expanders for the Saturn, which I don't have. I have 3 controllers for my Saturn. Um but I was really excited when I found the Saturn Bomberman. Now it is the Sega Saturn collection, so it is like the greatest hits collection, which I think saved me like $15 as far as like the artwork goes, because this is supposed to be expanded out. None of this white border, but I don't care because this was like the $15-16, and I was fine with it. Perfectly fine with it. And I got Saturn Bomberman. I'll be able to play it, so I'm really excited about that. I also got Fighters Mega Mix, which is just a ridiculous Saturn game, especially for the fact I think I spent like $6 on it. So I do have this one on my Saru cart, but it won't play off my Saru cart. It's a game that I believe has issues emulating. So when I found it for that price, I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that up. That's pretty cool. If I remember correctly, this is just a ridiculous fighting game where I believe if you can unlock, like, you can fight as a car. Like, it's just a goofy game. And to find it for that price, I was really excited about it. Another neat one that I found, get the sticker off here, is Christmas Nights. So most people know about Nights. It's the game where you fly around that character right there and you collect basically coins. Um it's made by Sonic Team. It was one of their older games, and you fly around, right? It was like for the Sega Saturn, it was like the game that everybody for the most part knew about was Nights. Well, they released a very special Christmas Nights into Dreams. Now, it did make its way here. You can find it here, but I found the Japanese version of it, and I'm really excited about it because it cost me like $3. Says only this winter, present from Nights, Holy Night, Elliot and Clarice have a dream. They'll meet Nights in the dream again and fly up into the air together. So I was really excited about this one. I thought it was really cool. I strangely enough did not find the regular Nights into Dreams for the Saturn, which is fine. I have it on my Saru cart. But when I found this one, I was very excited. So I went ahead and picked it up, especially for, like I said, $3. Um Okay, so now I was saying that I was looking for Dodonpachi. I did not get Dodonpachi, at least not for the Saturn. So because I didn't want to spend like 120 bucks on it. But I did find another shmup, and I'm sorry that the sticker is in the way. The game is called Layer Section. So this is another really, really good shmup from Taito. Very big, very good company. And man, it's just the artwork, like the pixel artwork, everything on here is just so cool. And this only cost me like $19, and it is a wonderful, wonderful game. So I did end up doing that. But yeah, four new Saturn games for my Sega Saturn, and my Saturn is hooked up. I was doing some reorganizing in my room yesterday, and my apartment in general, because I had to make room for all of these things and for something coming up that I haven't shown yet. But yeah, these are all the Saturn games that I got. And then, so I was talking about shmups. Shoot 'em ups. I prefer the vertical. Yeah, the vertical shmups are kind of my jam. And one of my favorite series, very difficult to get here, because they're not officially translated. Um, I mean, I have them all on my Steam Deck, and I have them all on my PC legally. Um, I can buy them on Steam. They're just completely in Japanese. Is Toho, the Toho project, which was their Dojin games. They're independent. They're independently made games outside of like the main game market, and they've been going since I believe the 90s. And they're kind of like the penultimate shmups. You can see all of like the little bullets here flying around. Like this is like the some of like the original like bullet hell games, and I absolutely love Toho. Unfortunately, the getting the story is a little bit difficult due to the fact that, like I said, you can get fan translations and things like that, but they've never officially, because they're Dojin games, they've never officially translated them for anybody in the West. So I mainly bought this just because I wanted it. Like I don't even have a disk drive in my PC. I have an external that I could use, but it's funny because it says Windows 98 ME 2000 XP DirectX 8. I have Windows 11. Which is fine. Like I said, this is like $8. It's more like a display piece for me because I love Toho, and I wanted to support the team that makes it. And I wanted to support Zune, so I went to like an official store that sells all the Toho things. I picked up the embodiment of Scarlet Devil, which is one of like it's a fan favorite one. I just I love Toho. It's just it's cute anime girls dodging not so cute anime bullets. And they're they're extremely difficult games, and I love them so much. So yeah, I picked up a Toho game, not Saturn, still retro game though. All right, let's put that down there. Let's move on. Oh, now we're getting into like the bulk of where. Okay. We'll go oldest first. No. We'll do newest first. We'll do newest first because the one I'm most excited about is in the oldest section. Okay. Chat, as you know, I modded a Game Boy Advance last year. It was something I was very proud of. It was something that I still have on my I have it on a shelf. So my Game Boy, my Game Boy Color, and my Game Boy Advance are sitting on a shelf. I can see them looking all snazzy and cool. So I picked up some Game Boy Advance games while I was there. There's another one That one will get its own little time to shine in the spotlight on the camera. We're going to start with these two. The original boxes. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That's yep. No, these are complete. These are literally I still have the bagged manual. Literally still in bag. Yeah. Yeah, still in bag. um King shit. Well, so I love Monster Rancher. I grew up playing Monster Rancher, and in Japan it's called Monster Farm. Like I will potentially be able to play this. Although there is a lot of Japanese in the game. There's a lot of reading in this game, so I mean I'll probably be able to play this with my phone, like with my translator on my phone. But yeah, full inbox, box is in pristine condition, everything is bagged up, and I picked this one up. Now, open a museum in Funny Japan. So I don't have. I'm not on that level of collector. Unfortunately, there are people that have way more than me. I just buy the things I like. Now this next one, I've not opened. This one was actually. They said it was not in good shape. On the thing, it said it was not in good shape, which is hilarious to me. Because yeah, manual still bagged. Game still bagged. And it is in immaculate condition. This one never came to the States. This one never came to the States. At least, I mean, it came to the States later on, but it did not come to the States for the Game Boy Advance. This is, oh no, it's, yeah, super, super crisp. Like, the box, like, is probably from this little divot, right? Like, this little, like, there's a bend in the cardboard. No, that is true. That is, it's probably because this right here, you can kind of see where it's worn off a little bit. It's probably for that reason. They said they called it like grade C, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. If this were America, this would be A grade. Um, literally 20-year-old. You're not wrong. This is the first Phoenix Wright game. The very first Phoenix Wright game that for Game Boy Advance never came here. So you can only get this in Japan. So I ended up picking it up just because I love me some visual novels. I need to play through Phoenix Wright. I need to pick it up on PC. I almost bought it for Switch, but I'm like, I can just buy it for PC. It goes on sale all the time. Um, but yeah, the first one never came out in the States, in the Western world, on Game Boy Advance. So I said, you know what? I'm getting it. I didn't know it went back that far. It's still so relevant as I guess. Oh yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. The reason, like, most people don't know it goes back to the Game Boy Advance because they never localized it to the West for Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance was back before they moved a lot of like more niche games to the West. They didn't translate. So, and this is a visual novel for the Game Boy Advance. Like, I don't think any visual novels for the Game Boy Advance came to the West. So when I saw this, I'm like, oh, well, I want that. I'm bringing that back. And yeah, literally, really, they are. Yeah, I got this at Mandarake, and I don't like going to Mandarake because they overprice a ton of stuff because they are such a popular store. For Westerners, that translates to Ace Attorney. Yeah, this is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, game 1. Like, wow, visual knowledge is like, yeah, yep. Oh yeah, Game Boy Advance visual novel, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Beck's over there translating on her phone. And so yeah, I picked it up. But yeah, and Mandarake, they grade everything. And yeah, this was literally, it said grade C across the board. Like the manual, the box, the game cartridge, all grade C. I just opened this. The manual is still in its plastic case. The game still in a plastic bag. I mean, I'm like, what fucking Yeah, so yeah, but I think I only paid like $10 for this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure both of these were each like $10, which is a far cry from the next game, the next Game Boy Advance game. I love that we can do that with our phones, like with Zero Season. Well, and the only downside is that the translations are not 1,000% accurate because it's just translating it to the as best it can. Because there are a lot of words that they don't have, and vice versa. Okay, this next one. Oh yeah, no, it'll definitely give me. I use DeepL and Google Translate the whole time while I'm there. It works. The next one I left in the bag so that you could see what ridiculous amount of money I spent on it, so that you could judge me. Okay. Well, there is a reason that I got this one. There are actually a couple reasons that I got this one, and I will bring it up multiple times. But for now, just gonna go ahead and set that right there. Just gonna go ahead and set that right there, so you can see the absurd amount of money that I spent on that. It's not even the most I spent on one game this trip. That one's coming up, and I'm still real upset by it. I have not opened this one. This is amazing. I was gonna I was gonna do this stream yesterday, but I fell asleep at 8 o'clock. I messaged Lemon on Discord. I'm like, I want to stream, but I'm exhausted. So that's 8,800 yen. It's about $69-$70. Yeah, yeah, no, the weather was very bad here. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, no, the box is in absolutely great condition. That was one of the reasons why I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'll get this. Another reason why I got this, hold on. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's part of. So with this game, there was a way that you could connect your Game Boy Advance to a GameCube, right? Okay. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. We'll, we'll, we'll get we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. We'll get back to that. There was a reason why I did some of the things that I did on this trip, and I got a lot of these things for cheaper than they should be. There a lot of this stuff I got for cheaper than it should have been. This was honestly this I kept seeing this go for like 10,000 more yen or like another $80. So when I found this one, I was really far out when I bought this. I was I was over an hour away from Tokyo when I found this. And yeah, like the box pristine condition, the manual pristine condition, like so yeah. This had to it had to happen. Okay, we'll move that over here. But yeah. To get that price, I had to travel like an hour outside of Tokyo. I was out in, was I in I think I was out in Saitama. I think I was out in the Saitama district. I was pretty far out. Okay. Moving on. We're going older now. Going older now, and this is where you're really gonna start judging me. We're not starting with the one that I'm pulling out right now. I'm just trying to get it. Okay, I was just trying to get it partway out of its bag. How are you supposed to see your American hour isn't that far? No, this is true. This is true. This is an hour on the train. Not that far. Tell you what, Lemon. Oh, how are you supposed to move on from that? Like this. I I got Kirby and Dreamland for the original Game Boy. Box is in absolute pristine condition, except for the fact that they put this sticker on here, which left that mark. Ad break in 3 minutes, chat. And if you're not a sub, my mods will bully me while you're gone. But I wanted to get this and Return to Dreamland, but Return to Dreamland was way more expensive than this one, and I'm not sure why. But yeah, full in literally every, you'll bully me regardless. I mean, this is true. This is true. This do be happening. It's okay. You're gonna bully me here in 2 games. But it was so cool. Everything, like the box is like, yeah, it's not perfect, but I mean, goddamn, it's almost 40 years old. It is almost 40 years old. Yeah, 1992. And let's see if you can see it. 1992. 33 years ago. 33. This is 33 years old. This is older than a lot of people on Twitch. I mean, not me, but it's because I'm real old. I wish I'm looking this good. I wish I looked at. I turn 40 next year. Oh God. Okay. So the next one has a story based off of the one that I'm going to after the next one. I wish I looked that good at any age. So this is Picross. Now, as you'll notice, the game slides right out, right? There's no inner plastic. That's because I have cannibalized the inner plastic. And you might say, Zombie, why did you take the inner plastic part out of Picross? Well, the reason is because I did not buy Picross because I wanted Picross. I bought Picross because I needed that inner plastic for a cheap price so that I could put it in this. Because it was the only thing that was missing from this. And you're like, but Zombie, how much was it minus the plastic? If the plastic piece was in there, the game would have been complete and it would have cost me another $50. I saw this going complete for 18,000 yen. It was missing the plastic piece, literally the plastic piece that holds the game. And I saw ones that were complete next to it for 18,000 yen. Approximately $120 to $140. So I chose the one that didn't have the plastic piece in it. And then I spent $8 to buy Picross to pull out the plastic piece to save myself 50, 60 bucks. So that I could have Pokemon Blue. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good idea. Ad breaks going. So I own. So now it's I own pretty much every Pokemon game for the Game Boy. I own green, red, yellow, gold, silver, crystal. I own all of them. I actually imported them off Mercari. I got them all for super cheap in October of last year. I literally none of them have boxes. Like the yellow and all those, none of them have boxes that came from Japan, but I think I spent $65 total for red, green, yellow, crystal, trading card game, puzzle league. I got them in a bulk deal on Mercari for super, super cheap. Don't know how I managed that with the prices that they are now. The only one I was missing of the original Game Boy ones was blue. Now you might be thinking, but Zombie, why is that? Why did you decide to spend this much money on just blue? Lemon, most of my life is a nightmare. Um, the reason why I spent so much on blue, the welcome back, peoples, welcome back. I was just talking about how I have all the Pokemon Game Boy games and imported them last year for way cheaper than what this one cost me. Why did I spend so much on blue? This is the game I had when I was a kid. I got my Game Boy when I was 10 years old. And I got Pokemon Blue. My brother got Pokemon Red. I don't know where my copy of Pokemon Blue is. I found my childhood Game Boy. It's actually sitting over with the rest of my handhelds. But my copy of Pokemon Blue was missing. All of my Game Boy games that I had as a kid are missing. I don't know where they are. I don't know if they got sold when I was married. I don't know. This was the only one I really cared about. Now I'll never be able to get that save file back because the battery, and if I do find it, if I do find my original Pokemon Blue, the battery is going to be long since dead, and there's absolutely I don't have the ability to pull that save file off of there, which is okay. It's not a big deal. But the main thing being is the reason why I spent so much on blue. The reason why I spent so much on Pokemon Blue is because this is the one that I grew up with. So, extremely sentimental. Oh. It has the map. God, I have to be so careful with this. Oh, don't rip it. Don't rip it. Pocket Monsters town map. Am I gonna frame it? Maybe, except the fact that if I frame it, it will mean that it might be exposed to sunlight and it'll fade. But this is beautiful. I honestly didn't even know the map was in here. This is the first time I've actually taken it out and opened it up. Like, there's not even yellowing. I think they make special, oh, I'll have to look into that then. There's not even any yellowing on these pages. At all. I'm being so careful not to crease anything right now. Freaking Mewtwo down here. Who's that Pokemon? So yeah, that is why I spent what I spent. This is the single-handedly the most expensive game I bought. Brand new, the contacts look alright. The battery is going to be long since dead. The battery is going to be long since dead. If I wanted to actually play and save on this, I would have to open this and desolder the battery and put in a new battery. For right now, it's just something I'm very, very excited to once again have in my collection. Very, very happy about it. And the fact that I saved so much money by cannibalizing this plastic piece from Picross. That's literally the whole reason I even have Picross. And yeah, this box isn't in the best shape. Like it's a little rough. It's a little rough. But it's one of those things where it's like I'm not expecting it. I did see one that was like, gotta bring in your ferns. I did see one box that was like pristine and they wanted almost 300 US for it. And I'm not about that life. I'm 100% not about that life. That's way too goddamn much. Like the price I paid for this was kind of like, I walked around the store for like an hour debating, going, should I? Should I? Should I? Because this is the store where I got like I got a ton of games here. I think this was this Suragaya? Yeah, this is Suragaya out in I was either out in Chiba or I was out in Saitama. I don't exactly remember where. I went all over. I went all over. But like all of my crazy, the same place that I bought this, I also bought this. So, you know, like that place. I felt like I was gonna get murdered on the train going back because I'm like, oh my god, I'm carrying all the heat. I've got all the heat. All right, let me move all these off my desk. We'll move to the next round. Although, I mean, Bex asked which one I was most excited about. It's that one. 100% that one. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna jump ahead a little bit because Bex is gonna do something. So we're gonna hold off. We're gonna hold off on the next like big run. We're gonna go into some miscellaneous games. Okay, let me readjust. Here. So I have a PSP. Oh, you're back? Okay, well, we're gonna do this real quick. Because there's less of these. And the next one's kind of nuts. The next one's nutty. You'll probably both yell at me for it as well. So I have a PSP. I bought my PSP in Tokyo last year when I went. It's modded, right? It's modded. So I have games on a memory card. I don't even need to really mess with buying PSP stuff, but I do anyway. I bought a UMD video for my PSP of Blood, the Last Vampire, the movie. I love this movie. And if I remember correctly, I think I translated this and it actually, I believe, has English subtitles. At least on the main movie. So I was really excited about this. It wasn't expensive. It was honestly pretty cheap. Now the next two I did purchase because they're very, very difficult to emulate, even on a hacked PSP. And they're games I legitimately absolutely love. And that's DJ Max. Let me move this one so I can set these down. I got DJ Max Portable 3 and DJ Max Black Square. So the thing with DJ Max, when you're trying to emulate it, there's a lot of copy protection on the DJ Max games, and they will legitimately delete themselves off of whatever you're trying to emulate them on. The company is very, very, very good at copyright protection. So I ended up just buying them because I want to play them. I love DJ Max. As you know, I've done DJ Max streams with the newest version that I have on Steam. Well, these are the old PSP versions. So I went ahead and picked them up. They were cheap too. These were like $5-6 each. Yes, they're very good with their copy protection. So I went ahead and found them. Like, this was 900 yen. This one was 880 yen. They were like $5-6. They weren't expensive. So I went ahead and picked those up to add to my PSP collection. Which I think every PSP game that I own, I've gotten in Japan. Because I have Hot Shot, or I have Everybody's Golf, which in the States is Hot Shots Golf. I have Everybody's Golf 1 and 2. I have both Hatsune Miku games. I always tend to get PSP games when I go, even though my PSP is modded and I don't need them. But I like them. That over here. I got a PS3 game. I got a couple PS3 games actually. But this one I just thought was cool. Everybody's Golf. Yeah, I thought it was funny that in the States they called it Hot Shots Golf, and in Japan they call it Everybody's Golf. I got this game largely because it was only 600 yen, and I was unaware of it. It's called Fighting Climax, but it's got characters from like Sword Art Online, and I can't think of the rest off the top of my head, but they're all anime characters in a fighting game. And I'm like, oh, 600 yen's like $4. So I'll go ahead and pick it up. There was a updated version of this game that came with DLC characters, but it cost like an extra $20. And I looked up the DLC characters and I went, oh, I'm fine with just this one. So yeah, I picked that up. And going to the PS3, Everybody's Golf 5. I was gonna say, why did that sound like it was moving? It's just the case. I own almost Everybody's Golf. I think so I have 1 and 2 on the PSP. I didn't pick up the PlayStation version, like the PlayStation 1 or 2 versions, largely because my PS2 is not even hooked up. My PS2 is in the box because I just don't play that much stuff on it. But I do have my PS3 and my PS4 hooked up. Move these. Let me move these. So I got Everybody's Golf 5 for the PlayStation 3, and this is literally just Everybody's Golf. They rebranded it once again just to be Everybody's Golf for the PS4. I read the characters for Mina. Oh, for me. Well, the main reason why I got this one for the PS4 is I legitimately love this game. In my V-Rain, the theme song for that game is R.E.M. singing Everybody's Golf. Oh, in your brain. This one I actually had when I was a PlayStation Plus member. They gave me this one for free. I'm no longer a PlayStation Plus member, so they took it away from me. Dicks. This game's super duper fun. I actually really, really like this game, and I wanted to rebuy it, but it's never on sale on the PlayStation Store. So I'm like, screw it. I'll just buy it while I'm there. I think it cost me $15 to buy the physical version, or sorry, new Everybody's Golf. But this game is legitimately super, super, super fun. So yeah, go to Japan to buy golf games, everybody. Arcade golf games, because it's what your boy's into. Um, well, moving back into Pokemon's territory. Moving back into Pokemon's territory. These ones were vastly cheaper. These ones were vastly cheaper. I think each one of these was like $10 to $15. These were all reasonable. Um, I believe this is Sun and Moon. I'm pretty sure this is Sun and Moon, and then White and Black. So these ones, I'm gonna have difficulty playing probably because the 3DS is region locked. But my 3DS is not built like other 3DSs. So I think that I think I might be able to play these ones. The DS, however, is not region locked. I was gonna ask, so how many, if or any of region, nothing I've showed so far is region locked with the exception of the 3DS games. And actually, I don't think I have a DS anymore, so I'd have to play these in a 3DS. So not sure, but like I said, my 3DS is not built like other 3DSs. Well, neither of my 3DSs. So I should be okay. But yeah, my 3DS is built different. Yeah, they are. Although I guess I do still have a DS Lite. I do have a DS Lite that I could play these in. It's I haven't done anything to the DS Lite. The 3DSs have both been they have other stuff on them that I took time and plugged into my computer to do. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, that was my PSP, PS3, PS4, and DS and 3DS haul. All right, you ready to get really, really mad at me? Because the next one I kind of went ham. But the next one was part of why, if you had seen streams coming up to it, you would know the next one was a large thing that I was planning on doing anyway. Set all this stuff over off the side of they were damaged. Okay, pick this up. Pick this up. Okay. Okay. This is gonna be really, really hard to film. Really hard to film. Okay. Oh hi. Oh hi. Oh hi. uh, and yes, it is in box. I missed you guys too. And when I say in box, I literally mean it has all the paperwork with it. And now I will say, I have not tried it. As far as I know, it works. As far as I know, it works. Ugh. I did buy the silver one. I had one of my friends in Japan ask me why I didn't buy the orange one, because the orange one was a Japan exclusive, and I said because I don't like orange. Uh, not even a joke. Literally what I told him. So in Tokyo, this I did buy out in Chiba. In Tokyo, they wanted about $200 for this. I got this out in Chiba for 7,600 yen, which is about $54, I think, if I remember correctly. Yes, 200 is what they go for here. I got this for a little over 50 bucks. In box with all the cables, with a controller. And it is in oh. As you can see, there appears to be a cat hair stuck to it. It is yellowed. It is yellowed here. The orange ones are really expensive. Everything inside looks okay. I will have to try this and hope that it works. Oh, the indigo ones? Lemon, you're going to Japan soon. So the front is yellowed. So that is probably part of the reason why the price was lowered. Proxy shopping, I would love that as a job. I would love that as a job. I don't think you can get a visa for that. Will the orange ones still be there? When I was in Saitama, I saw 4 of them. So, probably. Just have to go out to Saitama. I think it was the Suragaya in Saitama. Yeah, I bought a GameCube because I regret selling my GameCube years ago. Darn, not Saitama. Saitama's really nice. Adding it to your list. I'll try and compile some places for you to go to try and look for games. But yeah, I bought and so that's not all. Not all. Because what do you need? What do you need when you buy a system? That's right, AV cables. JK, lol. It came with AV cables. I just bought an extra set because they were like $3. They're like $3, and I went, well, why not? Just in case, because in the States this would probably cost me $40. So I bought that while I was there. My mom was saying to Kampala is the place I want to go. I was like, don't worry, guys, I'm good. Yeah. The only thing I did not buy while I was there was another controller. Which I mean I can order one if I need one. Okay, well we'll start with the elephant in the room. We'll start with the elephant in the room. I told you that I bought Pokemon Ruby because there's a way to connect your Game Boy Advance to your GameCube and you can play Pokemon Ruby on the TV. Well, this is that way. I bought the transfer cable. So I can connect my Game Boy Advance to my GameCube. And I spent, God, this is like 20 bucks. I'm not happy that this is like 20 bucks, but I'm like, I legitimately need this. I actually do need this. The only reason I bought this was because I found this. This is usually very, very expensive. Once again, I was out in Saitama. I think this cost me 40 bucks. And when I say it cost me 40 bucks, it also came with the memory card. The split color memory card. The memory card label, which the person has expertly put that on. Holy crap, I did not know it came with this. I believe this is a demo disc. I did not know this was in here. There's a whole bunch of stuff in here. Hold on, where's my phone? Where's my phone? We have an ad break in 3 minutes, chat. I'm getting out my phone right now. Oh, never mind, my phone's updating. I'm kind of I think this is a demo for Viewtiful Joe and Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I can't tell, and my phone is updating, so I can't even check. Yeah, 2003, when your boy was 17 years old. It's the GameCube E catalog. Oh, lit. That is so cool. Well, I was wondering because it has this for Viewtiful Joe. So the E catalog maybe has a demo for Viewtiful Joe on it. I almost bought Viewtiful Joe, but it was really, really expensive. Now, from what I have been told, like this is obviously, the Pokemon box is obviously allows you to store your Game Boy Advance Pokemon on it, on memory card. But I believe on the disc you can get Celebi. I believe you can get Celebi. Oh, now my phone updated. Pokemon box Celebi? I think is what you can get. I'm trying to look it up real quick. No, Celebi came with the Pokemon Coliseum bonus disc. Trying to see. I'm trying to look things up real quick. Okay, Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire offers mainly 4 fundamental features. So it gives you a storage box. You can store up to 1,500 Pokemon. There's a showcase mode, which you can display different figurines. There's a stat preview, and then there's an emulation mode. Aside from its unique feature, it also offers its player bonus eggs as a gift. So the first egg contains a Swablu, that is a special attack. Second one comes with a Zigzagoon. Third one is a Skitty. And the fourth one gives you a Pichu. Huh, interesting. 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 Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, apparently the Pichu is very, very difficult to get, though. But anyway, the Pokemon box is ridiculously expensive in the States. Oh, ad breaks going on. Um, yeah, the Pokemon box in the States is extremely, extremely expensive. So when I found it for like 30 bucks, that catalog is the spring edition. I'm really excited to check that out. Night Kitten, you have a good night. I'll be here for a little bit longer. We're almost through everything. We're almost, well, kind of. Oh yeah, yeah, new emotes. Yeah, the new emotes are live. Yeah. Niconex did a really, really good job on them. Can't wait to see what games are coming in spring 2003. But yeah, I bought the Pokemon box. So I have a problem. All right, let's move. Let's continue on. Let's continue on with the GameCube games. So GameCube in Japan was a little bit different. In the United States, they were bigger boxes. Where's the problem that I don't have them? GameCube games in Japan or in the States were in boxes that were about this big, right? In Japan, they were much smaller. I don't know if you can tell. This is smaller than my hand, right? These are small cases. They're honestly just a little bit bigger than Game Boy Advance boxes. And then they came with this neat cardboard slip cover, which is super, super, super cool. Yeah, because theft isn't as huge as it is there. Maybe. Maybe. I think they were trying to do different sizing. So yeah, the slipcover is fire. So the thing is that games without you can buy games without the slipcover, and they are generally cheaper. Do I have the? Okay, okay. So apparently Celebi came as a bonus on a bonus disc for Pokemon Coliseum, which I just checked, and I don't have the bonus disc for Pokemon Coliseum, but I do have Pokemon Coliseum. Minus the slipcover, but I do have the regular disc, and it does have the book. As a kid, you would have chewed on. So I did buy Pokemon Coliseum. This was not particularly expensive. Beck's getting excited about the evolutions. Yeah, right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. This minus the slipcover and minus the bonus disc was way, 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 way cheaper. I think I paid less than 20 bucks for this. Um, Now the only downside is that I have a Japanese GameCube, and the GameCubes are region locked, so I can only get Japanese games unless I mod the GameCube, which I will only do if I have issues with it, because I got most of the games that I wanted, which you're about to see, because they're literally over here almost off camera. I'm really proud of the selection that I got. But yeah, Pokemon Coliseum. I kind of went Pokeham this time around. I got Mario Party 4. So I don't like Mario. So there's not going to be many Mario games in here because I just don't give a shit about Mario. People are going to be mad at me. That's fine. I don't like Mario. But I do enjoy Mario Party, which is why I got 4, 5, and 6. And the reason why I got these, so I got all 3 of these Mario Parties and the GameCube at one store. And I didn't know if I was going to find many GameCube games, so I'm just like, I'm going to make sure I have something to play. And all of these were like $2 to $3 each. So I just went ahead and you know, got them. So I have Mario Party 4, 5, and 6 to play by myself. Okay, now moving into games that I legitimately wanted. Mario Kart Double Dash. One of the best Mario Kart games. Double Dash. I grew up playing this game. When I say grew up, literally as a like late teenager. And this one was cheaper because it looks like Lemon chewed on it. But it's fine. It's fine. I think this cost me $12. And I'm pretty sure if I were to try and buy this in the States, it would cost me an obscene amount of money. Because GameCube games in the States are expensive. Yeah. Definitely chewed on by Lemon. Okay, we're moving. Mario Tennis. Because I like tennis games. I did have another copy. I accidentally bought 2 copies, and I gave the other one to the person that picked me up at the airport. Because he always drops me off at the airport and picks me up from the airport. So I'm like, here, you want a Mario Tennis for GameCube? And he's like, all right, cool, sure. And yeah, that literally cost me like $1.60. So I mean, reasonable. Okay. Okay. So I found Smash Brothers. I expected this one to be really, really, really expensive, but it was massively cheaper without the slipcase. So I just went ahead and said, screw it, I'll get it without the slipcase. So I got Smash Brothers. I'm saving these other 3 over here because these other 3 are the ones I'm most excited about. Including 2 games that probably none of you have heard of. But yeah, I got Smash Brothers. I'm gonna save the 2 I'm most excited about for last. Lemon, you're probably gonna be really excited about this one, possibly. Can you tell what this one is? Can you tell what that one is? What's that one, Lemon? What's that one? What's that one, chat? What game is that? No, this one was released here. The one that wasn't released here was for the N64. Where they swear at you? I don't know. But I doubt it. I doubt it's Nintendo. That's right. Animal Crossing. I had to specifically go and buy memory cards to make sure I could play. I have 3 memory cards. Because in case anyone in here does not remember, the Animal Crossing for the GameCube, there is one where apparently they're extremely mean, so they changed some of the dialogue. For anyone that does not remember, I worked at GameStop back in the day, so I do remember. Animal Crossing for the GameCube required an entire memory card for your save. Literally an entire memory card. You had to buy a memory card just for Animal Crossing. So I bought 2 memory cards while I was there, and Pokemon Box comes with its own memory card, which I'm gonna be real curious to see if anybody left their Pokemon on there. But yeah, I bought Animal Crossing because it's, in all honesty, it's pretty simple to play this without English, because you could just kind of skip the conversations outside of them telling you what you need to like get for them. But I can Google Translate that. Plus, right here, if you connect a Game Boy Advance, you can go to a hidden island, which back in the day I did, because I had one of these cables and I did connect it and I did go to the hidden island, which I believe is how you got fruits that weren't native to your island to bring them back over. So I was really excited about this one. I was super pumped that I found it. I was super pumped that I found it with the slipcase. It did not come with the memory card, which would have been cool, but that's okay. It would have cost me a lot more, probably. Okay. So, the next one is a game that none of you will have heard of. Prepare your Googles. Prepare your Googles. Cubivore. Cubivore. No one I have talked to knows what this is. I own this. I actually own this. This is so cool. Hopefully. I woke up from a 4-hour nap and I'm like, I gotta do this stream. I gotta put all this stuff away. It's just sitting all over my room. I had it in piles so I could easily access everything to show everybody. I was very much looking forward to it. But nobody that I have ever talked to knows what Cubivore is. I have a fascination with evolution games. The 2 that I've played a lot are 7th Cross Evolution for the Dreamcast and Cubivore for the GameCube. Now I own 7th Cross Evolution for the Dreamcast. It's literally next to my Dreamcast right now. And Cubivore I used to own. So the premise of Cubivore is, let me see if there's a picture for you, the starter character. Net. Okay, this is super ridiculously cool. They literally have breakdowns of the animals. Basically, you start out as a little cube with just a mouth. There he is. So you start as a cube with a mouth, and you roam around the environment to find other little cube animals, and you have to attack them, and you rip parts off of them, and you ingest those parts, and you evolve to become a stronger, more aggressive monster cubivore. And I loved this game. It is a relatively obscure game. I did find a couple copies in Japan. They were all similarly priced. They're between 20 and 40 bucks. I got this one for I think $12 because it was one that I absolutely wanted to have. I have it emulated on one of my handhelds, but it doesn't run real well. There's texture issues, so I'm like, if I could just get it for the GameCube, and I did not expect to find it at all. And I found it at the same Suragaya that I got the Pokemon and this cable, actually. I found it at the same place. So I'm like, oh, fucking score. Fucking score. I was so excited. But yeah, Cubivore. Very, very pumped to find this one. Very excited to, and it's Dobutsu Bancho. Dobutsu Bancho is what it's called in Japan, but it was called Cubivore here. Okay. Now this next one was the most expensive GameCube game I bought. Yes, it was more expensive than Pokemon Box. Yes, it was more expensive than Pokemon Coliseum. But you know how sentimental I am, chat. You know how sentimental I am. You know how broken mentally I am. Um this next one is also a game that I owned growing up. Um it is one that I spent a lot of time in my room alone playing. Um it is one that was very, very cool for me. Is one where I could show some love to Japan culture before I really understood more about Japan culture. In the States, it was called Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. And I think this one cost me almost $40. And it's even with like the crease in the slipcase. Yeah, no, the cover is cool as hell. Um this is a Godzilla fighting game. Like a 3D fighting game. Like you are in a city as Godzilla. You can pick up buildings and throw them at each other. It's got like all of the Godzilla monsters, like King Ghidorah, Mecha Godzilla's in here. Um, and it was kind of one that I absolutely wanted to have again. Memory card in. I think I put this memory card in here. But yeah, Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee is what it was called in the States. And I remember playing this one a lot as a kid. I say as a kid I was probably like 16, 17 years old. The artwork, yeah, no, this is back when they cared. This is back when they cared. Back when they did really cool shit. And I was so happy when I found this one. These two, like, yeah, Pokemon boxes are really cool. Animal Crossing's really, well, okay, these three were like the kind of the penultimate. When I found all of them, I got really, really excited because they were basically like my later teenage years where I'd spend a lot of time by myself, teen angst and whatnot, and depression becoming a thing and me noticing it. And those were some of the games where I spent a lot of my time. Spent a lot of my time on those. So to be able to find them again, to be able to relive those memories, hopefully everything works well with the GameCube. I'll be able to relive those memories again. Okay. Okay. We're going to take a brief departure from games. We're almost done. Almost. Let's do some why did I spend this much money in this gacha machine or in this claw machine? I got a HoloLive pillow out of a claw machine. I'm spinning it around. I went for this one because Fuwa and Makoko. This costs more than I would like to admit, but it's very soft. It's a very soft pillow. Yeah, I was excited about this one. Okay, and this next one I just straight up purchased at a store, so it was not expensive. It's another HoloLive pillow. It's got Gargura. It's got a whole. It also has Fulua and Makoko. Literally just a pillow. Literally just a pillow. But they all have karaoke, bowling. Yes, it's super cute. It's super cute. That's why. That's we're gonna cute up my apartment even more than it already is. And I don't know how I'm gonna show this next thing because it is literally like a blanket. It is a gigantic blanket. Okay. I might have to do it. Let me see if I can do it. This is literally nightmare fuel, just to let anybody know. The more you play with me, the more I do. I will keep amazing you. I want a Furby blanket. It's not a huge blanket. It's a small blanket. But I won a Furby blanket in a claw machine. It was one of the easy mode claw machines, so basically as long as you don't straight fuck it up, you win it on your first chance. And I won it on my first chance. Which is hilarious to me. Hang it over your bed, I don't what so I can never sleep again? So I can literally never sleep again? Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. We have like 2 more piles. Tiny. Okay, that I just put in here. Okay. So, I don't know if anybody saw my post in Discord. I went to hydrate. Thank you, Lemon. Thank you. I went to a shrine with the Game Boy Color that I modded. Lemon had sent me a Game Boy Color. I had modded it. I told Lemon that I was going to take it with me to Japan and take it to the Electronic Shrine. You already don't sleep. This is accurate. I was going to take that Game Boy Color to the Electronic Shrine in Akihabara, and I did just that. And while I was there, I bought a talisman. This is so pretty. What, this? Have you? Oh yeah, I sent you a picture of this, didn't I, on Discord? So I did buy a good luck talisman. It is actually on my crossbody bag that I took with me. But I also bought a little crystal bracelet. And you're not going to be able to see it clearly, but it actually has the shrine name in kanji, and it's got the little beads, and these are crystal beads, and surprisingly, with my big American wrists, it actually fits me perfectly. I got the large size. And it came in this super nice box. And I actually had the ring that I made the last time I was in Tokyo. I just had it sitting in here for safe travels. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to show that off because I thought it was really, really cool. Okay. Also, now I think I was talking to Lemon about this on Discord. I know I was talking to Lemon about this on Discord. I love the musical artist Nujabes. Now, I don't know if anybody is aware of Nujabes. I just turned on Nujabes to anybody still in chat listening. Nujabes was a Japanese artist. You have a personal question for me? Go for it. I wouldn't know because I am not him. Uh, but I love Nujabes. Nujabes is just I found him years ago through Samurai Champloo. He does most of the music in Samurai Champloo. He was a hip hop producer. Like he was kind of one of like the penultimate lo-fi hip hop. This is Nujabes. Song's called Ararian Dance. Um, and I love Nujabes. Unfortunately, he passed away some years ago in a car accident, taken well before his time. Um, but one of the last times I was in Japan, I bought one of his albums on cassette. He literally recorded no, I'm just a dude, just a dude that likes cool things. Um, but last time I was there, I bought one of his albums on cassette, and I bought a little cassette player from Tower Records in Shibuya to play it. So this trip, I actually went to Usagi Ramen. It's a ramen restaurant, I believe, also in Shibuya, owned by Nujibi's brother. Um, and you can go in, ad break in 3 minutes, chat. You can go in, and while you're sitting there, he's just playing his brother's music. Like there's songs that were never released that he plays, and he just plays his brother's music. Like this music that you're hearing right now. Like he just plays sick ass lo-fi hip hop beats. They're made by his brother while you have what I would describe as, to me, it was like the best ramen I've ever had. Like it was absolutely delicious. The vibes were immaculate. The place was super cool. You can only fit like 8 people in it at a time. I lucked out. I didn't have to line up. I didn't have to wait. So I sat down and had ramen. And then from when I left there, I walked my happy ass over to Tower Records in Shibuya. And I got some more Nujabes cassettes. These are the only two they had. The song right now is Ararian Dance. It's actually off of Departure. These are basically soundtracks from Samurai Champloo. You can notice the characters. Um, but yeah, Nujabes, Force of Nature, and Fat John. And then Nujabes and Fat John were the ones that did the soundtrack for Samurai Champloo, but Nujabes is the most well known out of the three for it. Um, and so yeah, after I left Usagi Ramen, I went and I picked him up because as I mean, you're listening to it, it's just so chill. And Nujabes, like I discovered him from Samurai Champloo, and that was where I think my little like kid brain was like, oh, just because there's music used in anime doesn't mean it's anime music. Like it's music outside of the show that it's attached to. Um, it also got me into lo-fi hip hop. It got me into a lot of like, I listened to hip hop forever, but it got me into like different stuff. And so Nujabes to me is extremely, extremely special. Um, so yeah, yep. That's the story behind. That's the story behind these two cassettes. All right, continue down the multimedia journey. Uh, I couldn't go to Hololive Fests. I didn't have a ticket, but I can totally buy the Blu-ray for one of their older events. This one was from 3 years ago. So it doesn't have Fuwa, Makoko, or Bibu, but it does have Mori Calliope on there, and it has Gargura on there. And it's got some of the Indonesian, it's got all the Japanese. Basically, it's just a Blu-ray of the concert. And Japanese Blu-ray players are the same region as US Blu-ray, or Japanese Blu-rays are the same region as US Blu-rays, so this will play just fine. So I'm pretty excited about this, in all honesty. Pretty excited about this. And on the final multimedia, I didn't even open this. This is still sealed. Oh yeah, that was an obnoxious noise. So whoever's been here before I started playing Nujabes is probably going, what is Zombie listening to? What is this weird music that is playing? Well, that weird music that was playing was Ano-chan. I love Ano-chan. I love Ano in general. I think she's an amazing artist. This is ridiculously cool. It's literally an acrylic concert. I love Ano. I will probably never be able to see Ano. I know she does perform outside of Japan. But I kind of have started collecting, this has been a while now. I've started collecting Japanese Blu-ray concerts. Because you don't need English for music, right? You don't need English for music. And so I have a lot of Japanese bands that I really like. I have a lot of their Blu-ray concerts. Bandmade, Baby Metal, Man with a Mission, Punpee. I collect them. Like they'll work in my Blu-ray players. I don't have to worry about it. And I found this one when I was at Tower Records in Shinjuku. While I was waiting to go drink beer with Sea Dog VA, I wandered over to Shinjuku and I found this concert Blu-ray set from Ano. It's got 2 different concerts from her. It comes with this like thick ass photo book. But the disc set's called Absolute Sanctuary. Oh, I also have a Lisa. I have a Lisa box that's like this as well. It's a big old box. Comes like this really cool acrylic setup. So it's like this is the stage right here, and then this is the backdrop that gets set in these pegs, and then it has all 3 of these other ones that get set in these other pegs. This is super cool. Yeah, this really cool Blu-ray box set. So Lemon, while you're there, don't buy Japanese DVDs. Excuse me. The Japanese DVDs will not play in American players, but their Blu-rays are the same region, but they don't always have English, which is why I buy the concerts. Because like I said, you don't need English for music. So yeah. I've got Hololive Fest and I got Ano concerts this time. And obviously Nujabes cassettes. The multimedia section. Alright. I have a question about that, and I don't know why, because I don't play them. You can buy a Japanese DVD player to play them in, but most of them do not have English subtitles. I've only bought one Japanese movie, and it was on Blu-ray, and the only reason I bought it was because I had my phone with me and I used my Google Translate to look at the subtitle options, and the one I bought did have English subtitles. And that was only because it was an extremely popular movie. I bought Akira. It's been a couple years ago, and it did have English subtitles, but not all Japanese movies get English subtitles. Because a lot of them, I'm pretty sure, just like, well, these are for Japanese people. We don't need it for the American or for the Western audience. Okay. Last 2 piles, chat. Last 2 piles. Hopefully you are still entertained. Hopefully this is interesting. Hopefully you're having a good time. Okay, we'll pull this small pile up thoroughly. Good. Of course. Um, so as you know, my birthday uh was when I was in Japan. It's the reason that I go. Well, not the reason, but it's like my birthday present to myself as I go to Japan for my birthday. I'm 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 single. I don't have anyone like physically in my life to spend my birthday with. I would probably honestly just be at work if I didn't leave the country. So, um I think 2023, 24, and 25, all 3 years I was in Japan for my birthday. Um I think 2022 I was not there for my birthday, but that's because I went back later in the year. Um when oh my model freaked out. I'm gonna have to restart it. Open scene. Reload scene. Oh, change my outfit. Oh, we can fix that. We can fix that. Oh, not that model. Not that model. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay. I fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. Um anyway, so for my birthday, I usually like last year my friend and his wife took me out for yakiniku. We went for all you can eat meats. This year they were busy. They did take me out. They took me out a couple days later. We went for all you can eat sushi, which was really really good. And then him and one of our other friends met up for a guys night the Thursday before I left, and I got hammered, which was 4 beers in 5 hours because I'm a lightweight. But for my birthday, I was in Tokyo Station. I was in Tokyo Station. I went there, and I mainly went to Tokyo Station because I was looking for Hololive stuff. I was trying to find Fuwa and Makoko plushes, and I did not find them. But while I was in Tokyo Station, I bought myself a strawberry roll cake, which I posted pictures of in my Discord, and I also got a little Kirby pudding at the Kirby Cafe. I didn't sit down and eat. It was Kirby Cafe Petite. It's not a full-on Kirby Cafe. But I did get a little Kirby Cafe pudding. It was really good pudding, by the way. It was like a strawberry pudding, and I washed out the jar so I could bring it home with me because it's literally a little Kirby. And yeah, and Kirby, yes, lemon Kirby is very kawaii. But the Kirby Cafe, the main Kirby Cafe is in Tokyo Solamachi, which is in the Skytree Mall. And usually you have to book weeks in advance to get a spot in the Kirby Cafe, and your boy not about doing that. I'll book stuff, but not for food generally. But is that a pop-up or a year-round thing? No, that's the Petite's a main store. Um, you'll book it right fucking out. That's this was a different one. The one in Tokyo Solamachi is the main cafe. Um, I'm not sure how far ahead you have to book it, but this one was the Kirby Cafe Petite, which is a much smaller version in the Tokyo Station character street in the underground. Tokyo Station is huge, and if you go underground Tokyo Station, there's just like literally streets upon streets of different stores. There's ramen streets down there, character streets down there, and that's where the Kirby Cafe Petite is. And there's a bunch of, like, I got my cake down there. I got this down there. It was really really cool. So yeah, I got a little pudding Kirby, a little pudding Kirby. Kirby. Plus, I like Kirby. He's a Nintendo character I actually like. Um, I brought this next thing back just because somebody's like, you should totally bring one of those back, but you can't bring back liquids. And I said, you sure can bring back liquids. You just put them in your you put them in your check bag. Hatsune Miku energy drink. Green energy drink. Racing Miku. In all honesty, I drank a bunch of these while I was there. um, I usually drink G Fuel or Gamer Sups or whatever powder energy drink, but I don't take powders with me because it looks suspicious. And Monster is really big there, but I don't like Monster, so I did have a couple cans of Red Bull while I was there because they're cheaper there. But I did find these. This had just started while I was there. It's a Racing Miku collab for the Hatsune Miku GT project. Um, and one of my buddies that I was talking to on Discord, um, he's like, man, you should try and bring one of those back. Like he was like, if it was me, I'd bring one back unopened just for display. And I'm like, well, it's like $1.80, so sure, I'll try it. And I brought one back. Okay, and the last non-video game, because our last pile is over to my right over there. But the last thing, as I don't even know if I might be the first person in America to actually have one of these. And he signed it, and it got smudged because it was raining. Sea Dog VA is a Twitch streamer, YouTuber, super duper nice guy, best friends with Iron Mouse. Um, him and his friend Premier 2, who's another Twitch streamer, YouTuber, got together and made a beer. He called it Monkey Brew because he's referred to as Monkey by a lot of people. And they got together and they made a beer, and they had a tasting at Taproom Ferment. It was the Saturday, the week that not the week that I got there, but the week following. I spent 2.5 Saturdays there. So this is on the second full Saturday I was there. So at Taproom Ferment, they were having a tasting and a live stream. So I'm actually in the live stream on his VOD. Lemon was actually in chat during the stream, shouting me out. He only allowed 50 people in. The bar was very, very small. They could only fit 10 people at a time. So you had to get there to get a ticket. You had to get there to get a ticket. There were 10 people per hour. I was the first person in line to get a ticket. So I was on the first hour of the live stream. And Connor, Sea Dog, VA. Him and I chatted for a little bit. I talked to Premier 2, Pete. I talked to both of them for a little bit. Connor's probably most well known for because he's a voice actor. I believe he did the English voice dub for the butler in Black Butler. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he did. I think he did that. I could be wrong, but I think he did that. But he went, like I said, I could be wrong. I 100% could be wrong. Sea Dog VA credits. Wikipedia. Filmography. I take it back. I am wrong. I am wrong. He did not do that. He did do a couple other things, but that was not it. He's done a lot of video game voice acting. So my apologies, my apologies. The newest thing that he's done is there's a new Rage game out called Get to Work. He did all the voice acting for that. In the Hellsing Ultimate Abridged, which is like the fan stuff on YouTube, he's done stuff on there. He does a lot of philanthropy, like he does a lot of charity work. He just raised $500,000 for the immunodeficiency. I can never remember exactly what they're called, but it's like the foundation that helps immunodeficient people. Iron Mouse is they've helped her a lot, so he raises a lot of money for them. But him and Pete got together and made their own beer, and I went and got to try it. It was really good, and I don't like beer. And he signed it, but like I said, it was raining and immediately got smudged. So that was kind of a bummer. I did take a picture of the signature prior, though. So the charity stream aside, I was watching that the last charity stream. I actually donated some money during it. I think I watched it for like 6 hours. Yeah, the Iron Mouse started crying during it because of how much was raised. It was really cool. It was a really cool stream. Yeah, he also does cyclothons. I think he's raised like $2.5 million. Like he's raised an obscene amount of money. Okay. Last pile, chat. Last pile. Lemon's probably only half conscious. Last pile on the haul. Okay. We're back to video games. Back to video games and video game accoutrement. So I mentioned earlier that I bought a Switch OLED while I was there because I was concerned that my Switch's battery is kind of like going bleh because my Switch is older. And the main reason for grabbing a Switch is because I got a large amount of Switch games because they're vastly cheaper there. So we're just gonna go through them. I got Pokemon Legends Arceus because it's like still $60 here in the States, and I'm not gonna pay that. And it has English on it, so it doesn't matter. Almost all first-party Nintendo games have English as options. So this is one of the ones I didn't have. Like I don't have I like there's Sword and Shield, Violet, and or whatever. I don't have both of each of them. I just have one of them. But I didn't have Arceus, so I went ahead and picked that up. Kirby Superstar Saga, which I didn't even know about until I watched Porcelain Maid play it on one of his streams, and I went, holy shit, that looks really, really fun. So I ended up picking that one up. Let's see, what else do we have here? I finally own Mario Kart. I finally bought Mario Kart 8 as the new Switch is about to come out with a new Mario Kart. I bought Mario Kart 8. But arguably it cost me way less buying it there than it would here, so. Okay, let's see, what else? Lemon, are you still, did Lemon fall asleep? Did Lemon fall asleep? They cheered when I was talking about beer and now they're gone. I know Lemon's Switch games. I know Lemon plays Switch. I figured they would be more. Oh, I was deep diving into Kirby reservations. Look, Lemon. 3 of the Switch games I bought. There's more. I was just going through them. I did get a Kirby game though. Superstar. Okay, let's move these ones off to the side because some of these other ones take up more room. I got Densha Dago. Densha Dago is you get to drive trains. Also, I forgot to tell you Porcelain Maid is going to be at Off-Kai, so I bought my ticket. Oh, hell yeah. Porcelain Maid's awesome. I don't even... Off-Kai's in California, isn't it? But yeah, I bought Densha to Go. I didn't buy the controller because the controller was $200, which is kind of a bummer because it's a literal train controller. And there's no English in this one, so this one's going to be... Apparently, it's not difficult. I just have to learn. Does that mean you get to beat my ass at Mario Kart now? Means I can. Means I can. I'd have to, train game looks cool. It's a very, very popular arcade game. They have an arcade cabinet in Japan. I didn't play it. Just played Chunitham a lot. Which is what I always do, is just play Chunitham a lot. In San Jose, which is 20 minutes from you. Nice. Nice. I didn't just use all of my PTO. I would maybe go to a convention. But yeah, Densha Dago. They've been making this. This game's been made forever. I think you could get on like PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation, literally every system Densha Dago is on. It's a very, very popular game. 20 minutes California time is like 7 miles. Yeah, same here. Same here. I live 12 miles from work and it takes me 45 minutes to get home. Sometimes an hour. When is Off-Kai? When is it? Probably too soon for me to pay off all my shit. June? Oh, maybe. 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 Let me make a note. Let me make a note. Where's my pencil? Off-Kai. June. I might have PTO. I might have PTO then. Is it on, how many? It's $100 until May for the full weekend. Oh, it's a weekend? I'm off on weekends. I have to look at plane tickets though. Just don't fly into LAX. I wouldn't know where to go in general. I've never been to California. I wouldn't even know how to get around. I wouldn't even know how to get around. I'll look into it. I'll look into it. I have 2 months for the $100 until May for the full weekend. I'll look into it. We'll see. We'll see. Fly into Mineta. I can taxi you around. We will see. We will see. We will discuss this further on Discord at a later date. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, Densha to Go. I have a train game. I have a train game on Steam. I have Train World Sim 3, I think, and I like it, but I'm terrible at it. I need to relearn all the controls. But there's no Japan in Train World Sim that I'm aware of. This is all of the Yamanote. I believe this is the Yamanote line, which is the line that I rode around in on while I was in Japan. So I should be able to relive some of my wonderful memories with this game, which is the reason why I bought it. Because I'm sappy and sentimental. We'll go into this and we'll save the large collection of shmups for after. We be playing any of these on stream? I mean, I can. I do have a capture card for one of my old mods gifted me a capture card. It's not the best capture card, but it does work. So I can look into it. I can definitely look into it and see about it. Oh, it's the first Nujabes song I ever heard. I need to see. I don't have Nintendo Switch Online, so I don't think I need that to play Mario Kart that I'm aware of. But if I'm going to be playing it on multiple Switches, because I have 2 Switches now, I guess it doesn't matter. I can just carry the other Switch in here. No, you don't need it. Cool, cool, cool. I'll have to message you my Switch friend code at some point. Okay, so this next thing is really, really cool. It's what these are over here for. So I'm going to try and get into a little bit better shape, right? I say this every year. I say this every year once I get back from Japan. Every year I say I'm gonna try and get in better shape. Last year I bought a walking treadmill that I haven't used in months because I've just been busy with work and streaming. So Fitboxing is a Switch series. In the name of the dead, right? Some fight, some bleed. Oh, okay, I'm getting lost. Fitboxing 1, 2, and 3 are games that you can get in Japan, right? But it's all like shitty pop music that I don't want to listen to. So while I was there, I bought Fitboxing featuring Hatsune Miku. I know Miku is a skin in Fortnite. I was watching Froggy Lock and Heavenly Father argue about her because Froggy Lock hates the skin and Heavenly Father says she looks fine. I know she's in Fortnite. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But this is Fitboxing featuring Hatsune Miku. I think you can get this in the States. I'm not 100% sure. There's no English on this one, so we're going to see how that goes. But it's Fitboxing with Miku songs. And I'm super pumped about that. Maybe I'll be able to lose some weight if an anime waifu cheers me on. And that's what these are for. These were super cheap, but these are the ad break in 3 minutes. These are the official Miku Switch boxing grips. Like they have the red and the blue version, but these were the actually like branded Miku ones with her colors, and they don't match any of my Joy-Cons because I've got the red and the blue Joy-Cons, and then I have the like yellowish, purplish Joy-Cons that I bought for my new Switch. But I don't care because Miku. So yeah, Hatsune Miku Fitboxing. So we'll hope it helps. Okay, now the next bit, because you guys know I like shmups. I don't generally play them on stream because I don't think anybody gives a shit about my mediocre shmup skills, but I do like them. I own a lot of shmups. I kind of went nuts on getting them for Switch because I don't have any for Switch. I just have them all on Steam. So the first one I got was Trigger Heart Exelica, which if I believe it was an old Saturn game, or it might have been Saturn or Dreamcast. But yeah, I got this one. This one was super cheap. It wasn't expensive at all. So I ended up picking up this one. Oh, you think this is pretty? No, there's something over here that's absolutely gorgeous that came with one of the games. Because Japan's big on special editions, and I was finding special editions left and right for super cheap. Then we got Castle Shikigami 2. This was I've played it. This game is very, very fun. This was also a special edition. The clerk couldn't find it, and I asked him, I said, maybe it's a special edition. He looked up, and it was sure enough, came with the soundtrack. But this was like $20. What in the Death Note? No, this game is super, super fun. Yeah, Castle Shikigami 2. Like I said, I've played this before. I've played this multiple times. It is extremely fun. The artwork is really, really cool. The patterns are absolutely nuts. And yeah, this is like $20, brand new, by the way. This wasn't even, I think it was like 3,600 yen or 3,400 yen, and it was sealed. I actually opened it. So but the yeah, box is really, really cool. Artwork is really, really cool. The game is really, really fun. Ad break in 10 seconds. So yeah, this one, I really like this one, so I ended up picking this up. All right, let's move on here. Now you have to buy it. So this next one is Mushi Hime Sama, which I think it's Bug Princess. I think it translates to 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 B So everyone's gonna freak out about the artwork on here because the artwork is beautiful. So I'm unaware of what this is. Super Deluxe? I have two of them. I found another one. I almost bought Cuphead because I found a Cuphead Super Deluxe, but it was like 60 bucks and I don't really want to spend that. And this was like 30 bucks. So there's a specific shmup company. There's a specific shmup company that's kind of known, like there's two. There's the Toho project, which is just Zune, and then there's Cave. Cave is basically like one of the most well-known, and then there's Treasure. But I didn't get the Treasure shmup. I should have, but I didn't. I just got the Cave one, so I got three of them, which is the next three things I'm showing. So this is Mushihime-sama. I'm pretty sure is Bug Princess. And this is made by Cave. Cave, earlier I mentioned Dodonpachi. Cave made Dodonpachi. Cave no longer, I don't believe they exist anymore. I think they've dissolved and everybody goes and works at different companies. I own this game on Steam, but when I saw the price for this, the artwork on it, the box design, like it comes with a bunch of different things. Bonus Bible for super fans. Apparently it comes with a little card. Super Deluxe card 12. Has concept art in here. Oh, this is just, this is a slipcase that actually goes around the outside of the box. I put it in here so I didn't lose it. This is a Mushihime-sama chiptune arrangement album. So it actually came with a chiptune album of the music in the game. Let me see if I can figure out how to put all this back together. Excuse me. Oh, I sure can. I sure can figure out how to put it all back in there. Like a glove. But yeah, this is, like I said, Mushihime-sama, which is a cave shmup. One of three cave shmups that I bought. One of 5 shmups that I bought total. I'm gonna save the best for last. This is Dodonpachi, I believe Resurrection? I believe Dodonpachi Resurrection, because I mentioned I was going to buy Dodonpachi, which is actually, the Dodonpachi is over here, but I didn't buy it for Saturn. Bought it for Switch instead. This is another Dodonpachi. This is a different one. This is just a standard one, but I was just already buying Cave shmup, so I'm like, screw it, I'll buy that one too. But now the cool one, this one, Dodonpachi. So once again, it is the Super Deluxe, so it's going to come with the chiptune arrangement album, comes with the game, comes with the card. But are you ready for this, chat? Are you ready? Are you ready for this one? This one came with something very, very, very cool, which is why I'm checking to make sure you're here. Because I'm gonna have to turn off one of these lights to show you this. Oh wait, Lemon, wait. It came with this. I'm being very careful to hold this. This thing is heavy as hell. This is actually 2 pieces. Turn this off. So this is actually, like an engraved crystal, and then an LED light stand. With the main girl from the cover of Doranpachi. Yeah. Like, this thing is absolutely insane. And this crystal is heavy as shit. Like, this thing probably weighs like a pound and a half. It's really hard to capture it on camera. I'm getting fingerprints all over it like a moron. And it's really hard. Like, in person, like, it's absolutely insane how good that looks. But looking around me, I think that's everything. I think that's everything in the Japan Hall. Oh, I'm stretching again. So now I'm back to regular life, and the depression is hitting really hard. I miss Japan, I miss my friends. It's yeah. Just a bummer. Just a bummer to be back. It's an amazing place. I'm hoping I can go back again soon. Go hang out with my friends again, and yeah, just in general, have a good time again. Well, I mean, I looked at my paid time off. I looked at my paid time off, and technically I would be able to go back again this year if I wanted to, but finance wise, I don't think I'll be able to. Because I have to pay off my credit card again. Because I looked at if I could potentially go back in October or November if I wanted to. I would have PTO at my job. If I open that museum, I don't have enough cool shit for a museum. You just think I'm super cool because you're nice. Meet up in Japan. When are you going? No, you saw me on Sea Dog stream. I'm not cool. I'm just a chunky nerd. End of October through the second week of November. I think that was actually the time I looked into going. Sea Dog's chat was just being nice. Sea Dog's chat was just being nice. Nope, they tell the truth. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go back this year or if I'm gonna wait until this time next year like I usually do. It honestly just depends on how quick I get my credit card paid off. It looks like 4 to 5 months. You know, just with what's on it. Because I don't make that much money. I don't make that much money. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I like to book it like 6 months out because a lot of the hotels fill up fast. The one that I really like that I stayed in this time, I had to book like 7 months out because they only had one room left. Possible. I'm not even 100% sure why. Because I usually stay in business hotels because they're cheaper. and they just leave. I don't need any, like, I don't need the frills. Like, I don't need morning breakfast. I don't need them to check on me and hold my hand. I'm just like, this is where I sleep and I put my shit. Um, as long as it's close to where I want to go. So we booked ours already and the plane tickets because I'm not chancing it. Oh yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Are you going with one of your partners or are you going by yourself? I think last time we talked about it, you said you were going by yourself. Your partner is gonna come. Oh hell yeah, that's super cool. That's super cool. You'll have a good time. You'll have a really good time. Just make sure you have Google Maps on your phone for the trains. The eSIM that I went with was really good. You're both really excited. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You're gonna have a great time. It's an amazing place. I'm not your typical tourist person, and I'm not saying I'm better. I'm just saying I generally just stay in Tokyo. Like, I don't really go outside of Tokyo. I mean, I periodically do. Like, I've gone out to Saitama District, I've gone out to Chiba. I go shopping a lot. Like, I go shopping a lot. I just roam around and I go and I hang out with my friends, and it's just a really good time. My mom was telling me to look into the Suica card for shopping and trains outside. Um, do you have an iPhone? Do you have an iPhone? So iPhone, pull out if you pull out your iPhone and if you flip over to Apple Wallet, yeah, if you go to Apple Wallet, um let me grab my phone here so I can tell you exactly how to do it. It's the easiest thing in the world. If you open up Apple Wallet and you hit the plus sign, you can click transit card and then you can select Japan and then you can literally get Suica right here. I still have 368 yen on mine. And so then and you can add money from whatever account you have connected to your Apple Pay. And yeah, so you have your Suica directly on your phone. And so when you're going through like the train stations, you just take your phone up and you're like beep, beep, and it will just auto debit from that Suica. And you can add 1,000 yen, 2,000 yen, 3,000 yen whenever you want. That way, but I want the excuse to get a Kawaii card holder. It all depends. I have 3 Suica cards and a Pasmo card, just literally sitting on my shelf from the last 4 times I went. They are having chip shortages for the cards, so that's the one thing to like worry about. Um, like sometimes they're really difficult to get. Like the last time I went, I couldn't get a Suica card because they were out of Suica cards, so I had to get a Pasmo card. So I have a Hello Kitty Pasmo card, but those cards usually like the Welcome Japan Suica cards are red. Those ones expire when you leave. I think one of my Suica cards might still work. My Pasmo card might still work. I just found it way easier having it on my phone because I don't have a card holder, but my phone was always in my pocket. So it was really easy for me. I mean, I already had Google Maps up on my phone. And so I'd be walking through and I just beep my phone and keep on walking. Plus, to reload a Suica card, you have to stop at the train station. You have to put it into the little Suica ATM. Then you have to pull out actual money and put it into the machine. I'm gonna come back with all these cards, just like $1. Just well, that was the other thing. Like, it was way easier for me to have it on my phone, and I could reload it whenever I needed it. Like I would get to places and I'm like, oh, I only have 200 yen left and it's going to cost me 400 to get back. And I would just throw extra money on my Suica card on my phone, which made it way, way, way easier. Um, but depending on where you're going and depending on what you're doing, um, Suica is really good for the transit, but I'm logical sometimes. It's really good for the transit. You can pay at some places with Suica. You can also pay with Visa and MasterCard at a lot of different places. There are some places that still require cash. Um, my bank credit union that I use does not charge they don't charge fees for pulling money out of foreign ATMs. So I don't take any cash with me from the States. I literally go with no money. And when I'm in the airport, because I fly into Haneda, when I get through customs and immigration, there is literally like you walk through the main gate, and right over here is literally a 7-Eleven ATM. Some question: do you have to put the cash into a tray when paying? Depends if it's an older person. Yes, if it's a younger person, they'll just generally you can hand it to them. But the tray is there, and it is generally considered more polite to put it into the tray. Yes, not a dumb question. But so when you walk out of customs immigration, I just took a left, and there's a 7-Eleven ATM over here. Um, and I go to that one. I put in my bank card. I put in, my little numbers. Not a dumb question at all. It's actually it shows that you're wanting to be respectful of what their paying culture. And so whenever I go to that 7-Eleven ATM, I put my card in, and it pulls from my bank account, and I say I want this much in yen, and it handles all of the other shit. I've never gone to a currency exchange ever. I've been there 5 times. I've never once gone to a currency exchange. My credit card that I have is a travel card, so it works, and they don't charge me any fees for converting. My debit card for my bank, I talked to them. They said we don't charge any fees for converting or foreign ATM fees, so you're good there. And yeah, 7-Eleven was not charging me extra for it either. So I would just that's the big thing of needing cash. That's my plan too. I think we have a 7-Eleven on the corner, so if we ever need cash, we'll have our bank also. Yeah, yeah. Just make sure before you go to call your bank and go, hey, I need to set my card to travel, and tell them the dates that you're going and all the locations you're going to be in. Like when I say all the locations, say you have a connecting flight somewhere. Like I went from where I'm at to Texas, and then from Texas to Japan, and then when I was coming back from Japan, I went to Washington D.C. and then back to where I'm at. So I had to be like, hey, I'm gonna be where I live, Texas, Tokyo, D.C., back home. And so then they marked my card for travel so that it wasn't going to get flagged. Yes, for sure. I've been on the other side when someone's exactly, exactly. So letting them know, hey, I'm going to be in Tokyo for this period of time makes everything way easier. There's only a couple things you're really going to need cash for. There's some restaurants that only accept cash. Um, it's not a lot, but depending on where you go, like most mom and pop shops are going to be cash only. Most arcades are cash only. So having cash for the arcades is something that you're really going to need, depending on how much you're going to spend in the arcades and things like that. This time around was the least amount of cash I've ever had on me, because most of the stuff I did this time around, I was able to use my cards or tap pay with my phone. But it really depends on how you're going to do everything, how you're going to pay for everything, how you're going to like just generally just get around. But yeah, it's not hard. It's super duper easy. Google Maps will be your best friend. Um, it is a safe country, but still be mindful. The reason why I did not do a third stream while I was there is because a live streamer got murdered while I was there. In an area that when it happened, I was actually passing through. So, yeah, like don't be wrong, it's apparently there's a whole other side to that story where apparently she swindled him out of a bunch of money and she wasn't like she was court ordered to pay him back and she wasn't doing it and he stabbed her in the neck and killed her. And it was all over the news that night because the day that it happened, I was heading back from Shinjuku. I had a pressure headache, so I was going back to my hotel to rest for a couple hours. By the time I woke up, it was all over the news, and I checked, and it's like, it was at this station, and I'm like, at this time, and I'm like, I was at that station at that time. Like, I was on the train, but when it happened, I'm pretty sure the train that I was on had just stopped at that station. So, in the interests of safety, I did not do another stream. Just because I was really, really concerned. Um, Now, depending on like however you're gonna do your Wi-Fi, I've done portable Wi-Fi's while I've been there, and I have now done an eSIM. eSIM was way easier. Ubigi is who I used. I don't know if you would have had any experience. Did you any encounter the dudes who shove their shoulders into you? No. I'm 6'2" though, so I think most people are just gonna leave me alone. Plus, I'm really quiet. So, I mean, it's most things considered, like, I'm an ignorable tourist. I'm very much an ignorable tourist. Like, I already have really bad social anxiety, so I don't talk or look at people usually. Um, and I'm really quiet and I try to avoid people as much as possible. That's one thing we're worried about because I definitely read as a girl. I honestly don't know if you're gonna have that many issues. I'm like, I'll go to Japanese jail, I'll fight you. I would avoid Japanese jail. I mean, I'm sure you'll be fine. The one thing that I just always tell people, and not everybody does it, is just be polite. Just be courteous. Like that's the biggest thing. As long as you're polite and courteous, most people are gonna leave you alone. Just know that it's a different culture. Just know that the societal norms are going to be different. Um, but they're a very polite people. They're polite people. They're probably just going to ignore you unless you're like causing a scene or anything like that. So I don't. It's you probably won't have any issues. There's always a possibility of having issues anywhere. Best case scenario, no one look at me. I mean, that's kind of what I was going for. So, and most of the time people just ignored me and I went all over. Fidget rings. Oh, I have a lot of fidget. I got a lot of fidgets. Fidget rings. I got a little spinner. I got a little clicky. Little clicky. Yeah, I got fidgets. I got fidget things for days. I'm always fidgeting. They're all on my desk. Oh yeah. No, spinners are fun. A lot of the times if I'm just chatting, I'll usually have this on my desk. I'm just messing with it. I used to have like 10 fidget spinners. I don't know where they all went. I used to have one that had LEDs in all of these. I can't find it. I looked for it the other day, but no, I usually have some fidget in my hand. Yeah, this is like my newest one. Yay before AliExpress fees went absolutely crazy. I think I got this for $1. Where's the Beyblade spin-off of fidget? Beyblade is still very, very popular in Japan. You'll find Beyblade everywhere there. I mean, Beyblades are basically fidget spinners. They're attack fidget spinners. Do you have the metal ones? You can probably find them. I think the last metal Beyblade I had, I ordered online. Attack fidget spinners. I mean, I like how you used Micah's laugh emote when we have a. What is my laugh? Is my laugh emote just the is mine the we have a laugh emote at home? Because Americans ruin it so we don't get metal ones anymore. I mean, I ordered it from China when I had one. It's in your most used. You're fine. You're fine. I also have a cry emote. I also have a cry emote. Yeah. Yeah, we got fancy emotes now. We got fancy emotes. We got fancy ass emotes now. Nikonix did a really good job. I'm really happy with her work. I was really happy with her work. It took her a little bit of extra time, but that's perfectly fine because she absolutely killed it. Oh, there's also new sub badges. If you look at my name, I've got a new sub badge next to it. So everybody has new sub badges. It's now in most used. Nice, nice, nice. You're so smart it hurts. Accurate. 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 Oh, my mods are the smartest. My mods are the smartest. All right. Well, it's getting late here. It's getting late here. I keep seeing random people pop into chat, and I'm like, oh god, I'm finishing up. I'm finishing up stream. I'm finishing up stream. If I had more stuff to show, I would, but I don't. It's been almost 4 hours. 4 hours to go over all the nifty cool shit. All the nifty cool shit. Oh, let's snooze that last ad break. Let's snooze that last ad break and see if we can find somebody cool to raid. Are any of my buddies online? Who do I want to raid? Sea Dog is actually streaming. No, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. He's been streaming for oh yeah, 28 hours. He's playing. Oh, he's trying to beat Final Fantasy X in one sitting with Iron Mouse. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Turned down for what?
Oh, thank you so much for the follow, that undead boy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Much, much, much appreciated. Mouse fell asleep almost immediately, which is weird. I think Mouse is in California, but she sleeps and hangs out mostly in Japan time. Um, so she can hang out with Connor, which is super, super sweet of her. She's the queen. She's literally the queen. Um, when will someone defy time zones for me? Lemon, I was chatting with you from Japan on Discord pretty regularly. So I want to hear it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. True. True. Um, who are we raiding? Big or small? Big or small? I don't know if Connor pays attention to his when he gets raids. You say small personally? All right. Uh, raid message. Raid message in chat with the new raid emote. And we gonna head on out of here. We gonna head on out of here. All right. Raid started. Everybody, wherever you are, hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. I have been Zombie. It is good to be back. I miss Japan, but I am really happy to see all of you lovely, lovely people. To my wonderful mods, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know what my schedule for streams is looking like this week. I'm still insanely jet lagged. We'll see how work goes. We'll see how work goes for me first and foremost, and we'll plan around that. So Bex, Lemon, you both have wonderful rest of your days. Take your time and rest. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna put some stuff away and then I'm probably gonna go back to sleep. I gave myself tomorrow off, so I don't have to go back until Tuesday. So I'm almost back on a normal sleep schedule. It'll take some time. Um, but we're gonna raid over to Brina. We're gonna go say hello. She's playing Cuphead, and I will see all of you wonderful people later. Toodles.